What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, we out here living, baby. It was a good day today, man. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Yourself?
Man, I can't complain, man.
What made it good for you, man?
Hey, man. So let's see. What did make it good for me? First off, it was a Wednesday. Okay, I did have my day of the week right this week, which is awesome. All right. Small victories, ladies and gentlemen, small victories. But to start it out, man, I got to go check out, was it Edgewood Elementary School today over in Woodland Hills, right? Over in that school district. Okay. Yeah, man, we did a learning garden. Planet One, man. Started from scratch, man. It was a dope vibe because, you know, I'm not the most outdoorsy type of guy.
Okay.
Definitely not the most hands-on in the dirt type of guy, right? I'm not a dirty type. That's not my thing. You see me, man. I'm a hand sanitizer, wash my hands all around the clock type of guy. You know how I vibe. Come on, Deke. You know me. All right. You've been around for a while. You know me now.
Whenever you offer the sanitizer, I say yeah because I don't want to insult you.
And you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, he don't want it. I'm gonna ask him anyways. That's what I do. But it was dope because the children over there, they were saying how like they had never made a garden before, ever never planted stuff before, cultivated land and stuff. So it was cool just talking them through it and stuff like that. And then it was also dope because the one Steely McBean pulled up on us, right?
My.
Come on, you know Steely McBean. That's a fan favorite out here, man.
I don't think fans like him that much.
He is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, but it was.
We didn't have a mascot
exactly.
for how long, and then just randomly at some point they just drop him on us. We're like, I don't know how we feel about this guy.
Hey, I'm glad that you said it because I was always wondering, like, where did this Steely McBean come from?
I don't think fans are that big on him, like that big of a fan. I really don't.
Well, that's good because the kids definitely looked at him like, who is this guy again?
I don't even ever see him.
He shows up to a lot of our events.
Community events.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We don't want him in the stadium.
Yeah. I've never seen him in the stadium.
Yeah, we don't want that. We boo him probably.
That. No, I was say I probably will boo him as well. Like, yo, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
Like we like the Penguins one.
Oh yeah.
Iceberg.
It was Iceberg. I was gonna call him Igloo.
And then obviously the Pirate Parrot. We like those, but
yeah,
they just drop Steely McBeam on us randomly.
Yeah, but he definitely shows up to like every event. Every community event we're at,
that's
it's
fine.
Like, yo, it's Steely. Steely, what
up, baby? At least he's helping the community.
It's playing his part, man. It's playing his part. But I was excited, though, because Captain Planet, he has a foundation. Now, you don't even know Captain Planet because you're probably too young. Man, this was like a 90s cartoon growing up, man, called Captain Planet. Basically, man, a bunch of kids, they get together, link up, they trying to fight pollution. Crazy, but I just loved it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because the kid in there,
I see.
He had some J's, he had some Jordan 5s, I swear, and it was always untied. So that's why I wear my Jordan 5s the way I wear them. But yeah, man, it was a vibe though, bro. It was a cool vibe. And then after that, went and spent a little quality time with the wifey. Hey,
nice.
Had a little, little petty action. Little, got my toes down a little bit, man. I'm feeling good right now. I started to rub my feet on your foot so you could feel it, but I ain't want to alarm you in here.
Nah, yeah,
you know,
you can't be doing that.
Nah, not at all.
Well, I'm looking at this Captain Planet.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty dope.
What was this on? What channel was this on?
Bro, this had to be.
Was this early 90s?
This was like early 90s. It was on like regular TV, man. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, James Classy, Earth, Wind, Water, Fire. By your powers combined, I give you Captain Planet. You're man. Dude, how do you, man?
No, this was
you
not.
You are really young.
This was not on my radar.
Gosh. Oh,
man. My cartoons, man. Some Nickelodeon stuff like Hey Arnold.
I mean, Hey Arnold was like newer. That was newer. Captain Planet was like that OG vibe. Like
that's what my cartoons were like. Hey Arnold, Rugrats, like SpongeBob started becoming popular.
Bro, they used to have these little rings, man. They put and then Captain Planet just come out, man. Yeah.
I don't know.
He had me wanting to recycle, and we never recycled growing up. We had nothing, no clue about recycling when we was growing up at.
Man, I don't know if you're selling me on this one.
You gotta recycle, bro. Cut the tape on, man. Cut the tape on.
I might have to. Maybe I'll give it a check. But a cartoon revolving around saving the planet and recycling and stuff like that's a tough one.
It's a vibe though. Trust me, it's not as heavy handed as you think. All right, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's not as corny.
No. Trust me, it's a vibe, man. It's a vibe to it, bro.
It doesn't look to be corny.
Nah, it's dope. I mean, Captain Planet,
based off the graphics.
Captain Planet, that guy, man.
But the basis of it makes it sound like it.
Hey, but if you think about the basis of like 90% of the stuff that we watch for entertainment purposes, all of them have a pretty simple plot. It's just how you decorate around that plot to make it interesting. This plot is we saving the planet, but they decorate the heck out of it though.
And they do it every time, every episode.
I think from what I remember, I was a kid though, bro.
There's something that's going to destroy the planet every episode.
It's a bad person. Like it's an evil villain. You know what I mean? They always
trying to destroy the environment.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You watch it, you be like, all right, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Captain Planet and shout out to the kids over there at Edgewood Elementary STEAM Academy. Let me put the respect on their academy as well, man. But no, it was a vibe, bro. It was a vibe. So with that being said, man, let's get this check-in started, right? Let us know where you're tuning in from, man, and we will get y'all shouted out and get this show rolling because it's prime time and it is officially October, and that's why I had to break out the Homer Simpson, so y'all know what it is, baby. It's Halloween time. I'm a big Halloween guy. I might show up in a Halloween shirt every single day that we do a show this month. I'm just throwing it out there, man.
Well, we got the Browns game on Halloween.
Oh, I know, bro.
Are you going to be in full outfit potentially one of those days leading up to that game?
It's a strong possibility I will because I wanted to go to that game, but I already told you I'm not going to. Everybody knows.
I might be.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody now I cannot go. Yeah. You know why? Because I have children and I have to trick or treat with my children. You can't miss out on that. Can't do that, baby. Can't do that. Wife would be looking at me like, hey, you said you was retired, right? You said you retired to hang with the fam, right? Priorities. So we ain't even playing that game, baby. Hey, you got to know what you got to do, baby. Do what you do.
The tickets are really expensive. I don't know if they dropped recently, but like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were up in the 200s. Like these were shitty seats.
Oh, wow.
So I'm borderline. Okay. I told you this before. My buddy's girl lives up in Cleveland. So we were thinking as a friend group, like a bunch of us going up there, going to the game. But we might not. We might just go up there, hang out, and watch the games. We'll see. I might be up there though around game time. Who knows? Maybe trying to pick a fight or something downtown. We'll see. A little Ben versus Baker argument.
If you need somebody to have your back, just call me. Okay, I can negotiate over the phone.
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna pull up this time, but I can negotiate over the phone.
I could drop a Google like, hey, I know this dude.
Like, yo, you see him right here, and he'd be like, yo, call him up. Hey, yo, listen, man, my dude, he's really passionate about 7. He doesn't mean that he would really beat you up right now, okay? Just relax. He's not confrontational, I promise. Even though he's saying it, he's not really confrontational. That's how I'm going to explain it to him, man. You know how this goes, man. But anywho, man, let's get this check-in rolling, baby. All right. So to start it out, man, I'm still seeing the Captain Planet talk, man. Shout out to y'all for that, man. But unpopular opinions tuning in from the 610 Reading, PA. We got Saquon D's, Ashburn, Virginia. Anthony Termin, the 717 Harrisburg, PA. You know what we're talking about in the building right there. Timothy Roberts from Greenville, North Carolina, ECU. That was actually one of my first. Actually, that was my first visit I took, man, coming out of high school, man. East Carolina. Absolutely. Love that place. Bradley Howell, the 937, Springfield, Ohio. And we can't forget about Jacob Malicio, the 919, North Carolina, in the house as always. And he is on that super duper Martian flavor right there, man. Sending them to orbit. That's the way we like it.
That's
how we like it, man. What you got on your end, though, baby?
I'm just going to pick up where you left off. I got Malachi Esposito.
Okay. Let me hear you. You know you bilingual, man.
We know he's always in the chat. He's got a tough last name.
Your Latinas always teaching you how to roll that tongue and speak that Spanias, huh? That Españolas. Deke daddy. Ooh.
He says, what's up, Moats and Deke? Tuning in from school.
Oh,
trying to get this degree.
Let's go, man.
Big time shout out.
We all for that, man. Get that education, baby. We salute the grind.
We got Moats daddy in here.
Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on, Lord have mercy. Wait, hold on.
Is your dad from Arkansas?
Jeez, I maybe
501.
Man, maybe I got 2. They say you got 2 dads. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm missing out. I ain't know it's Arkansas. Maybe I got Arkansas Connect. Maybe I don't know. I didn't think I had Arkansas Connect. I don't know. As long as we don't play a team from Arkansas, then I don't have to worry about somebody throwing that team on me next. You feel me?
Right.
So I should be good. I don't have any ties to Denver, except actually
no. Oh no.
I actually do have. I got a tie to Denver, man.
You didn't have any with the Packers, though, right?
I mean, technically, I did.
You did. You just didn't want to reveal it.
I got like fam that lives out there. They wanted to pull up to the tailgate and everything. Yeah, man.
What'd you tell them? You say no?
Well, they went to the Green Bay. They went to a heavy Green Bay section first. I was like, all right, that's cool, vibe out. And we ended up, talking through the phone and stuff like that. But yeah, I got people that live in Green Bay. I obviously got homies that won Super Bowls with Green Bay as well. And I got dudes with Denver as well, man, that I really, really rock with. They still live in the area. I want to actually go visit my homie in Denver right now, man. But I probably shouldn't be saying this because they're going to definitely put that Denver on me this week.
No, I think these are way too many indirect connections, whereas the Buffalo one is a lot more direct.
Right?
And the Bengals one was a little bit of a stretch, if anything.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm an innocent guy.
Raiders, though, I mean, you did have, what'd you say? You had the jersey growing up, a Bo Jackson jersey?
No. That was my rec team. We were the Raiders.
Okay.
We painted the helmets together.
And you kind of vibed with them a little bit.
Yeah.
You and your dad here and there.
But guess what, though? My freshman year of high school, you know how I told you our uniform switched to Cincinnati, right?
Right.
They had to switch to that, though. You know what they were initially?
Denver.
They had the stripes like them a little bit, bro.
Oh, okay.
Just, you know,
like, I get you.
Because that was like the hot thing at the time. Everybody was doing the stripes. Everybody was doing the stripes,
back in
man.
2000, yeah.
So,
I remember whenever you'd try to like maybe customize a team in
you
Madden.
always had to custom that.
That was one of the main features right there, those type of stripes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that was actually my first Super Bowl I remember watching. Seeing Elway. Elway TD. Yeah.
Yes, this is before my time a little bit.
Yeah, man. Just throwing it out there, bro. Just throwing it out there. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Donald Copeland.
Shout out to Donald Copeland, though, man.
Just like Malachi, he's hustling. He says, yo, working my second job. But we in here. 412. # Mars Boys, too.
Let's get it. You already know what it is.
Leah Warren, always tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
254, Killeen, Texas. And then we got Adrian Hernandez, Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
503 checking in.
I like it. Okay, and that's perfect because I'm picking up right where you're at. I got Jesus Pacheco. Shout out to Jesus Pacheco. Tuner from San Angelo, Texas. The 325. Actually, never heard of that place before. We also got Let's Go UW, always showing love from Laramie, the 308. And then we cannot forget about AJ Martinez in the 505, New Mexico. Gotta love, hey man, big love for New Mexico, man. I like New Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Then we also got Ramiro Rodriguez, the 602, Phoenix, Arizona, checking in loud and proud. And can't forget Harrison Mason across the border at 905, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. You know we love Canada, baby. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, you got a couple more, and then after that, man, we will blast off completely, baby.
Sure. We got David Dupree, Dede Smalls.
Shout out to Dede in the house.
352, Florida. Mark Davison, Central Coast, Australia.
Okay, man.
Big shout out.
Shout out to Australia. One time for the Aussies.
507, Minnesota over here, boys. This is Created to Skate. Cutting trees and smoking trees.
Hey. That's a heck of a way to do it right there, baby.
Nick Y, Tulsa, Oklahoma. T-Town. What's he said? Tulsa? Is that what he's saying? Tulsa Town?
Maybe.
Or does he mean Title Town? Because I was pissed off about that when we were visiting Green Bay. They have a big Title Town sign.
They do got the sign.
I was like, get this out of here, man.
They definitely have that sign.
We got Marvin Parker, 410, Baltimore, Maryland.
Let's go. That's fam right there, man. Let's get it.
And I'll finish off with this one. Only Glenn, 402, Omaha, Nebraska. I'll say Moneybags too, South Carolina.
Thank you. Anyone else want to drop one time?
Nah, we're good. We're good.
You sure?
Yeah, I promise.
I like when you hit it like that one time. You would say, look, I ain't gonna say anyone else. All right, Moneybag, I got you, man. Jeez, that was fast. One of our topics that we're gonna be talking about in terms of guys that were released already, like they getting a deal done. All right, shout out. Okay. But we'll start this thing out, man, with our preview. Why don't we? Right? Usually how we do that thing. Usually we wait a little bit. Or we start with the preview. Do we start with the preview?
I have no clue.
Let's just start with the preview.
It's just been a blur these past couple weeks.
It's like that sometimes, man. So, you know, we're starting with the preview today. Then after that, we'll talk about around the league and everything that's going on with that. But with that being said, man, we got Steelers. We got Broncos. We got Hines, Phil. I'm excited, man. I am excited.
I am too. Beat them last year.
Yes.
I'm feeling good about this game.
I mean, how could you not be?
I said it last podcast. Yeah. I feel like we got to get 3-3 by this bye. Turn this around.
This is the first one we need right here, man.
Yeah, exactly.
First one we need because we got these next two. Then
one
we got
game at a time.
Absolutely, man. But I'm excited about it, though, man. Watching them on tape, I think this is a very winnable game for us, man. I'm not gonna lie. I understand the record sitting 3-1 versus 1-3, but you watch them on tape, man. It's just they got holes. They definitely have holes, man.
Oh,
and I'm excited about that, but. Like we say every week, it's going to be on us. It's on us to make this happen. But I feel good, though, man. I'm feeling good. So as we always do when we start this thing out, oh, Lord, they brought up Urban Meyer in the chat. There you go. Got to wash your hands, Urban. Lord, have mercy. Lord, that caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right off the bat, Broncos versus Bengals or Raiders. How do you feel out of those three teams? Where would you rank the Broncos?
Oh, are you saying, okay.
I'd say they're the worst of the three.
because I'm going back and forth between them and Cincinnati.
Right.
I think like the Raiders are the best of the group. Yeah, that's the only part. I'm like, I like
Broncos
Denver's
got nice
defense. I like Denver's defense better than Cincy's defense, but I like Cincy's offense better than Broncos' offense.
Yeah,
yeah,
especially it's like with weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like,
if they were fully healthy,
it's different.
It might be a little bit of a different story. So are we getting into the three things we like, three things we dislike?
Well, I feel like that's how we always do it, right, baby? Okay. Come on, man.
And then we got position breakdown.
Yeah. And I figure we'll start on the front end today because now I remember why we usually wait. And I'm like, dude, we be here like 3-4 hours. It's like 5 hours sometimes.
We've had a lot more hot news.
We have
coming into some of these weeks, definitely. Like with TJ Watt being healthy and some of these reports going back and forth. I swear, the first 2 or 3 weeks.
Seriously, dude.
There was reason that we were holding it off. Yes. From what I can remember.
I felt like we're on the same page here. I feel like we're on the same page.
Whereas, like, things are kind of mild right now.
Yeah, which is mild in a good way.
Yeah, definitely.
After Sunday, you need a mild. You need some mild. All right? You can't always be on that loud. Sometimes you got to hit that mid-grade. Never hit the Reggie, though. All right. So, 3 things we like, 3 things we don't like about the Denver Broncos. So, you know what? Usually, you've been going first. And I realized that I think I went first the first week and we won and we've lost the next couple. So I'm going to just change it up just for the sake of changing it up. All right. Because we got to do our part.
I could type it in here.
Okay. We're going to do our part. So you type in 3 things that you like about the
just
Broncos.
Like right now.
Just
and
like.
We'll check
we're only talking 3 things we like in the chat. Let us know your 3 things that you like about the Broncos. All right. You put them in the chat. We will read those off. Okay. But, as you're typing this up, man, I will start off with my 3 things that I like. The first thing I like is Noah Fant, the first round tight end from, was that 2 years ago now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Still very dynamic, still can catch, still is extremely hard to cover. And regardless of which quarterback is in, whether it's Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock, they make him a focal point. They find ways to get him the ball. Really impressed with him though, man, just in terms of his overall body of work and what he's been able to do this season. I like his game a lot. The second thing that I like about this Broncos team is their defense as a whole. Not necessarily one spot versus the other in terms of secondary versus linebackers, pass rush, D-line, things like that. Just as a whole, I think they are a really good group. I think that they complement each other well. They rush well and they cover well in terms of working in unison like that. So I definitely like that. And then the last thing I like about them is Teddy Bridgewater. I think that when he is healthy, he takes care of the ball.
He's done good for them so far this year.
Hitting the throws he's supposed to hit. Just as a whole, I thought his decision making has been really good as well. And that's highlighted even more so when you saw him come out that game against the Broncos in terms of what he's capable of and stuff like that. So those are my 3 things. Noah Fant, the defense as a whole, and Teddy Bridgewater, or AKA Teddy Two Gloves.
We're pretty much on the money here. I agree with you. I just have mine formatted and worded a little bit differently. So number 1, I just have Von Miller.
Okay. Yep.
He's a stud. Now, the thing I will say, because I'm with you obviously about Teddy Bridgewater over Drew Lock, but I didn't want to necessarily, actually, I do kind of have this in the negatives, but I don't want to have it completely highlighted in the negatives, is their strength of schedule up to this point. Think of the teams that Von Miller has gone up against. With, I think he has 4.5 sacks right now.
Yeah.
He's obviously an awesome player, but we're not saying the Jaguars' offensive line was going to be amazing heading into this season, nor the other 2 teams that they faced. So, because he was kind of neutralized last game against the Baltimore Ravens, or the other 2 teams that they got to win against. He's like their main guy we got to watch out for on defense, especially on that front 7. That's all I'm going to say. Corners, secondary, that's what I have as my second one. They're loaded. Absolutely loaded. Roby might be coming back. Could be a benefit for us, this being his first game back, because he could come back a little bit sluggish. He was supposedly ready last week, but they're holding him back. Surtain's hurt a little bit with the chest. Kyler Fuller, he's a stud. Callahan, he's their nickel corner. And then their safeties are studs.
I mean, their secondary is nice. Was it Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons? Yeah.
And like I said, I just want to say the whole strength of schedule. They played some really shitty quarterbacks, shitty offensive lines, shitty offense, being the Giants, Jaguars, and Jets, like first 3 games. So there's that. So their numbers are going to maybe be a little bit more inflated if they were, as opposed to them playing like the Raiders, Chiefs, and the rest like the AFC West first 3 games. That's all I'm saying. Still solid though. These are still the highlights. Running backs and tight ends for me is the last one. Noah Fant, but I like the running backs too.
And
I'm not
nice,
big.
Low-key.
Yeah, I'm not big on Melvin Gordon.
I'm not either. You know I'm not.
But
they look good though. They look good.
Yeah, they look good together. He's been having a really good season. So yeah, those are my top three. Von Miller, their corner/secondary, and then running backs and tight ends. I'm gonna say the production for Von Miller, corner secondary, may be a little bit because of the teams they played early on. That's what I'm gonna say. But it's still like two of the three main things we got to watch for.
I like it. All right, so let's look into the into the chat to see what are the three things that people are liking about this Broncos team, right? Only focusing on the positive right now. So Timothy Roberts, he brought up their dynamic run game. Rod Dallas says KJ Hamler, Melvin Gordon, and Von Miller.
Hamler's out.
Yeah, Hamler is out. Yes, he is this week. All right. Darius Mayo says their RB room, similar to what you said. The wide receiver room, yes. When they're healthy, I like them a lot more.
I have them in my negative.
It's crazy though. Sutton, man, he beat the Ravens coverage a good amount. I just wish they could connect with him better, man. But when they switched that QB, Lord, interesting. And he says their defense is sneaky good. I can see that.
Oh yeah.
Knight Rider 16 says solid defense, pass rush, QB takes care of the ball. Teddy Bridgewater, yes, that QB, yes. Okay, it's the truth. Drew Lock come in is night and day, bro. All that taking care of the ball.
He wasn't that bad for him last year until he got hurt. Remember that? Mm-hmm. But then he missed like an extended period of time.
When he came, it's just I don't know.
He was doing all right against us.
Yeah,
but actually,
he got hurt versus us.
That backup torched us though too.
Yeah,
that game.
That was Driscoll that got us.
Yeah, we kind of got lackadaisical and
Fant was Driscoll to
Bush.
Yeah,
that was no good. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to. Lock's one of their weaknesses, but like, man, who knows? Who knows?
Very
like
true.
with Noah Fant, who knows what type of matchups and whatnot. Like, I'm not trying to overlook anything.
But we'll
this
get
game.
to him though. We'll get to him. We'll definitely break that down, man. You also had DeLorean Waters says Von Miller, the running back duo, and Teddy Two Gloves, aka Bridgewater. All right. We also have, let's see. This is another one by Play says he likes the entire defense, the running back duo, and then he also highlights Cortland Sutton and Noah Fant as well.
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like we're all on accord.
We definitely are.
In terms of who we like about them. Because, like you said, if their receiving group is healthy, which we know they're not going to be completely healthy just because certain guys are on injury reserve.
Judy and Hamler.
Yeah, but in terms of Cortland Sutton, Judy, Hamler, who else is, who's Deontay Spence, that's the other guy. He's like questionable right now.
Yeah, but he wasn't like their main guy or anything.
Right, but with those guys being hurt, he was getting on the field on offense now, yeah. That's what I would say. So it's like they're
Patrick's their second guy,
there.
and the dude that played quarterback for them last year is like their third guy.
Yeah,
so
they're banged
their
up
receiving
right now,
core
man.
is really hurting.
Yeah, but that's interesting though. Yeah, because they just got to get healthy at wide receiver. I think that's what we leave.
Oh, they definitely. Hamler's out for Hamler's out for the season. I think Judy he
could come back.
He might come back, but he suffered a pretty gruesome injury. I think week 1 he was balling out. This should be his like coming out party season.
Second season. Yep.
But it's just unfortunate for them because we even said this about their team. I wasn't high on them in the AFC West because of their quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, but their roster's still like pretty loaded.
No, I would agree with that, man.
But with the injuries now, and especially with Teddy Bridgewater getting hurt, like they're in trouble a little bit, and their schedule's going to be getting a lot harder coming up here.
Shoot, about time.
They haven't played any of their AFC West teams yet, so they're going to play the Raiders twice,
what that division looks
Chiefs
like right
twice,
now, man.
And Chargers
twice.
They're
heating it up a little bit out there, man.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, man, let's transition to the three things that we don't like. You know.
Well,
you want to go first with the don't likes?
It's up to you.
Hit the don't like, man. Get the don't like, man. Get it one time, baby. We vibing out the day.
Health.
Ain't that the truth? God,
Teddy Bridgewater might not be playing because he didn't practice today.
Nope.
He's still in concussion protocol. Apparently,
this is what, day 3 of him in the protocol.
Apparently,
now?
he could be cleared on game day. I think it was like a 7-day time window. For him to be cleared, so that could happen. Offensive line, they got 2 guards.
Me, though, if he's cleared on game day,
does that concern me?
Yeah, if he doesn't practice all week, but
he's cleared the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have Drew Lock in than Teddy Bridgewater from the Steelers defense. Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you think he'll just be in a fog and he's going to be all jacked up?
That's mine. I'm like, if he doesn't practice all week and they clear him on Saturday and they let him play on Sunday, I kind of like that a little bit better, just because he's going to be coming out of the protocol, so that fog is naturally
a little
there.
Hesitant
but then on top of the fact that he wouldn't have practiced that week either. So you talk about concept, you talk about timing, it's going to be more of a Thursday night approach for him, which we know Thursday night games you can still play well on, but they're usually harder because you don't have the on-field practice time. And as we've already talked about, we know practice is important, right? Especially for a guy like Teddy. I mean, we talk about Ben, right? Teddy isn't on that level with Ben where he can just sit out practices. You know what I mean? So if he sits out for a whole week and then you just throw him out there on game day, can he still play? Absolutely. But I do think that would benefit us a little bit more. The thing with Drew Lock, when you watch him, it's like he's talented as heck.
Oh, he's got a cannon. Yeah.
He has an arm on him. You just don't know where he's throwing that thing all the time. That's the only thing.
A little reckless.
Yeah. So I'm like, if he's reckless showing up, I love that for us. But if he just happens to want to be a little bit more reserved because he has the full week of practice, that's where I get a little bit more concerned.
Yeah, I think there's a slight advantage for Teddy. It's not something up in arms about or flipping out like, oh, shit, we're screwed because Teddy's in now. Right. It's not like that. I just think it's a slight advantage. But I'm wondering if you're the Broncos and even like Broncos fans, I wonder if they're way more apt to just playing Drew Lock, not only because of the practice time, but also it'll be way more advantageous to them to have him for the rest of the year, because concussion is way more just time based than your back, as opposed to the groin stuff or the hamstring stuff
where it can re-injure, you can make it worse.
Concussion is just like, bro, if we wait out this week, he should be good next week.
Right, that is literally that simple.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's what they're thinking. But also they had 2 offensive guards that were out last week, starters. I don't know if they're going to be back. I couldn't see their updated injury report. That's why, I mean, their line was looking pretty shaky last week. And they've also played a better team. That's the thing. The Ravens are a better team than the first 3 teams that they played. Jerry Judy's out. Bradley Chubb's out too.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Shertanzi's got a chest. He's like questionable. Bradley Roby, he's coming off of IR. So, yeah, that's my number 1 negative for them right now is health.
Yeah.
You want me to go 1, 2?
You go.
2?
Yep.
2 QB then. I'm assuming. See, if this was Teddy, I don't know if I would necessarily have QB in the negative.
Okay.
But since I'm assuming it's going to be Drew Lock, I got QB there. Because Teddy, this year at least, and it goes back to the teams, though. I said it with some of my positives. I mean, they did play some shitty teams. So if Teddy, 7, 8 weeks from now, maybe he comes more back down to earth. But, yeah, Drew Lock, he's a little bit erratic. He did look halfway decent in whatever it was the first half against us till Bud Dupree knocked him out. Yeah. But then Driscoll came in, lit us up. I already mentioned that. And then last, receivers. All they have is Cortland Sutton. They're screwed.
I would agree.
And I like that matchup a lot for us then.
Yeah. All right. I like that. Oz, I saw you had dropped a super chat, man. We appreciate your support. He says, have you guys talked about the Aaron Rodgers stuff yet? Oz, we have not. We will talk to that maybe at the end.
Is there no reports?
No, this was yesterday. He was on Pat McAfee's show again.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll get to that once we finish up this breakdown and things like that, man. But no, we'll definitely spend a little time to talk about that. It was pretty funny. But in terms of the 3 things that people don't like in the chat about the Broncos as well. All right. Man, Najee Loudpack. I love the name, by the way. He says Drew Lock. He's not a fan. I can agree. Kenneth Beamer. He says the overall health of the team. Timothy Roberts says their O-line. Okay. Darius Mayo. He says middle linebackers. Number 2, they don't target Cortland Sutton enough. And he says number 3, coaching. Okay. All right. Next up we have, let's see. Nick. Oh, no. Not that one. Here we go. Rod Dollar. Rod Dollar says the inside linebackers, their left tackle, and their right guard. Man, you might as well just say the O-line. Rod Dollar dig on that 2 critical pieces right there, baby. What we talking about?
DeLorean Waters says things I don't like, Drew Lock times 3.
Fair enough. And I did see people put health times 3 as well. It was like health. I like that right there, man. Shoot, matter of fact, man, while you talking about health, make sure you get a checkup while you're out there, man. Get, can never have enough physicals, all right? Make sure you take care of yourself, all right? Annual physicals. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
I'm not seeing too much else.
I'm looking too. I don't see anything else.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too much else in terms of positives.
So for me, man.
Or negatives, I'm sorry.
So for me, man, my 3 negatives about the Broncos are what I really just don't like about them. Number 1 is Drew Lock. As much as I am a fan of how talented he is with his arm in terms of the strength and his ability to place the ball certain places, I just don't like how inconsistent he is And I question how well he sees the field at times, because he makes some throws where it's just like, I don't know if he should have made that right there. So that's my first thing with Drew Lock. I mean, like I said, he's super talented, and if he gets it and puts it together, he could be really good. That's why he was drafted the way he was drafted, and why the Broncos have stuck with him for this long, right? Because the talent is definitely there.
I'm surprised he didn't win the competition just off that alone.
Right, because he's definitely the more talented quarterback between him and Teddy Bridgewater. I just think Teddy makes the better decisions, and he's just more consistent with his throws. Because like you said, Teddy can't make some of them throws that Drew can make, but Teddy's gonna hit on every single throw that he's supposed to hit on, whereas Drew, he gonna miss on some crazy ones. You can be like, bro, what was you looking at? Are you all right? You sure are you on the protocol? But to each his own. So that's why he's my first thing, man. My second thing is the O-line. I listen, man. I know they've had injuries in terms of like who they were projected to be their group coming out, but when I watched them against Baltimore,
oh yeah,
I wasn't impressed by that. I mean, in terms of the pressure that they allowed, I mean, and this is my thing, right? I don't mind Justin Houston getting a sack. I don't mind when Oweh gets, because he keeps changing his name. It was Jason Oweh.
Now it's Bridgewater on 2 hits, man. I mean, the one obviously was the one he got the concussion on, but
he definitely did, man. He definitely did. So it's like I can get it when it's those two guys, but I'm looking at like Tyus Bowser, right? Who is a good player, but he's not a pass rusher. That's not what he does. And he's out here cooking guys. And I'm just like, okay, if he's doing this along with these other guys, there's zero excuse why our guys shouldn't feast on them, especially Melvin Ingram, because he's the healthiest of the bunch. I know TJ and Alex, they're coming back from injuries and stuff like that. And I do anticipate, when we look to see in terms of their availability as the week progresses, if they're good,
I don't think they've been on the injury report.
Because TJ definitely wasn't on the report yesterday.
I'll double check today, but yeah, I don't think either of them are on, and nothing was mentioned about that TJ Watt ankle.
So I'm like, if they're healthy, then I fully anticipate them being able to have a field day. This should be, when we talk about our defense, right? We said, man, we needed to get back to how it was in Buffalo.
Yeah, they're not on it.
Right, we talked about how our defense needed to be, how it was in Buffalo, right? Creating the pressure up front, being able to sit back and play coverage. This is a matchup for our outside linebackers that they should be able to do that. So that's the biggest reason why I got this O-line up here as one of the things that I don't like. And then the last thing, man, call me crazy, but it kind of goes with what you were saying, man.
What?
So you talked about the strength of schedule. You talked about some of the quality of opponents they played against, right? I understand they got numbers in terms of sacks, but their pass rush is the weakness to me, bro. I get they played Baltimore last week, and I know when you play Baltimore, at times people don't want to rush. So I was watching Von Miller, and I was watching, because it's not even Chubb. It's I'm drawing a blank on the
Reed.
Reed, yeah.
Right,
and Reed, and he had 7 or 8 sacks a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's like they're both still good players. Don't get it wrong, but when I watch them, Von doesn't look like he's Von just yet. Like I don't know if he's heavy. I don't know if it's still the residuals of coming back from the injury. He's rushing, and you see some of the speed still there and some of the bend there, but it doesn't look like the scary, like, hey man, we know this about to be a disaster all day. It doesn't quite look there just yet. Yeah. And with that being said, without Bradley Chubb being opposite, that rush isn't winning to that same extent. I mean, they had some success, but you gotta think Baltimore's O-line, we know, is not good right now. Al's even out there. They got Andre Smith out there. And even though Lamar has some pressure, Lamar still was having plenty of time to throw. They were still able to move. And I understand running wise. That's why I don't really bring up the rush, because the running attack, because we get it. Man, with that style of offense, it makes you play hesitant. It makes you have to sit and be fundamental. But when I was watching some of these passes, I'm just like, man, I don't believe it right now. I just need to see a little bit. I need to see more of that. So I even cut on the Jets game, because I was like, maybe it was a Baltimore thing. And sometimes that can be the case, right? Because we're like, not everybody plays Baltimore the way Pittsburgh plays Baltimore. Pittsburgh, you heard Coach Simon say, he's like, they respect Lamar. They don't fear Lamar. So they are going to rush after him. And that's why we have a ton of success getting after him, right? Denver, it was almost like they didn't want to rush him. They were almost scared to rush him.
Yeah, they had QB contains on him.
Yeah, you would see Von just like doing this hopping thing. But when he would rush, like I said, I felt like something was a little bit missing. So I cut on the Jets tape. I'm like, let me see what he's looking like, because I know he's had numbers. But once again, it's the same thing. Like, he still can win, because it's still, Von is Von Miller. We're not going to get that twisted. but it's not like what it used to be right now, man. And like in the sense of, I don't think it has to be as crazy. Like in terms of, do we need to have 2 tight ends, running back, chip, all that? I don't think it needs to be that just yet. I don't.
The 4.5 sacks might be misleading.
That's all.
TJ Watt's 5.
But we said with the 5, right? We said 2 of those could be misleading because this past game, right? But that's the thing, right?
Still, but
if you
like,
just read the numbers,
the first 2 games he was awesome though.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But that's my only thing. It's like the numbers.
Von Miller's 4.5 came against the Jaguars, Jets, and I think it might be a different story if he played those 2 teams.
Yeah.
Not only this week, but like 2 weeks from now, because it looked like Jacksonville started to get their footing a little bit. Zach Wilson obviously had a good game, so it just might be for those teams. It's going to take a little bit, whereas like Denver might have caught them at the right time. Yeah. So is that it? Is that it for negatives then?
Yeah, because those are my 3, man.
That's my
Drew
3.
Lock, the O-line, and just the pass rush as a whole. I don't believe in it right now, man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just don't believe in it right now, man. And like I said, it's one of them things. It's like you cut the tape on and it tells a different story. You watch, you look at the stat sheet. It's like, oh, he had a sack. This game, sack that game, sack. He's balling out. Cut the tape. It's like, bro, it ain't like what it used to be right now.
And you could look at their defensive statistics across the board. They're pretty much like a top 6, 7, even like top 5 defense, both in like passing and running the ball.
And in terms of like points allowed as well. It's crazy.
But that's the one thing I'm just sitting back and wondering. It's like, all right, bro, you face the Giants, you face the Jaguars and the Jets, all at like perfect times.
Right. I need to see like
these rookie quarterbacks early games. So that's all, because I'm not going to take away from their roster, especially their secondary, because I really love their secondary.
I respect the heck out of the secondary.
Yeah, I really like their secondary. But you're right. Outside of Von Miller on that front 7, there's not really anyone that scares you like that.
Yeah, because honestly, since Bradley Chubb had gotten to the league, Bradley Chubb was starting to close that gap a little bit between who was the alpha out there between him and Von Miller, almost to the point where they even consider like, is Von going to be a cap couch? I mean, we had that conversation like two years ago. Whenever Bradley Chubb came in, he had the double-digit sack season and stuff like that. Difference is Bradley's been hurt these past 2 years now. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. Maybe call me naive. Maybe I'm just naive, but I just don't believe it right now. We're gonna find out Sunday though. We will.
That's why I'm liking this matchup for us.
Well, you heard why I was optimistic about it, man. I didn't come in here haphazardly being optimistic, all right? But we so before we transition though and start talking position by position, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read off this upper room, and after we're gonna pay a bill real quick. But we got play by play. Shout out to play by play. He was actually in the chat earlier today, man. Big time love, man. But play by play. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, baby. Always appreciate you, man. Major love. But since you are new to the upper room, I do gotta give you a couple of updates, which you're gonna be allowed to enjoy. Isn't that how you say it, right? What you're allowed to enjoy. But anywho, on every Tuesday, right? Every Tuesday at 12:20, we have Zach Banner Tuesdays, where Zach Banner, Pittsburgh still Zach Banner, jumps on the show with us, 20 minutes, man, hops on with us. And yeah, you're allowed to ask some questions, man. And it's typically a good convo, always fun. Him and Deke have a nice little back and forth as well. But
I forgot to bring up the Pitt game. The Pitt
win. Bro. Like,
we got to win this one because that'll be back-to-back ACC wins. So I'll have to talk some shit next time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And maybe we'll throw Urban Meyer on him as like his future coach.
Actually, I might not do that. I might not do that with Pitt.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I might leave them alone. Because I feel like if I start getting cocky, things are gonna go awry. I don't want to jinx us. I might just stay humble
with you, man. That is typically how it happens.
I'm gonna stay humble. Yeah. Stay humble with Pitt.
Whatever. Just stay humble with the show. All right. With the Arthur Spence with Deke podcast, just stay super humble with that. Don't go out here making no outlandish quotes and videos about us. All right. We just chill. All right. Yeah. Hype up everything else. Just let us fly. Cause yeah, I did notice that with you. Every time you hype it up, boy, it get a little gory. But anywho, play by play. Going back to what I was saying about the upper room, though, man. Like I said, man, on every Tuesday, though, you will get access to those conversations and stuff like that. Obviously, we'll have early content videos that we release to upper room members as well before we put out there to the general public. So those are some of the things that I could think of off the top of my head. Other than that, yeah, have a little bit of fun in that thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
But now it is time to pay a bill because, the season is here. And in fact, it is spooky season. You see, I got my Halloween on, right? You know what it is. So with that being said, man, sometimes with your delicate twins, they can get real Halloween-like as well. You know, when you allow them things to get out of control, right? When you don't keep the grass low so the tree can show a little bit more, sometimes it get real spooky, okay? And I don't want anybody being spooky or spooking their significant other when they go to have a little bit of one-on-one time, okay? So with that being said, what you need to do is hit up our friends at Manscaped, because, by the way, this podcast is sponsored by Manscaped, you know, the leaders in below the waistline grooming, and I must say they are phenomenal with their products. But more importantly, when we talk about anybody, especially Manscaped, especially them, we only talk about them if we got a promo code, because we're for the people.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what we are. We're men of the people. Okay? We're men of the people. So with that being said, ladies and gents, if you use the promo code Moats, you receive 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide. It gets no better than that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it gets no better. So stop wasting time. Do not trick or treat early, okay? Don't go out here and be in spooky season with your stuff not being groomed the way it needs to be groomed, okay? Take care of your business. Use the Manscaped 4.0. Holla at us, all right? Boom. So now that we've paid those bills, that was a little bit of fun right there too, man. I like when we get to talk about some, I'm trying to see how to put this word without making it sound crazy.
You got some high-end technology, right?
Yeah, there we
some
go.
Good products.
Yeah, I love when we get to talk about those products. There we go. Right. I didn't know how to want to put that out there, but there we go. That's what this teamwork right here, man. Shout out to the team.
So what we got? Position by position breakdowns.
Man. It's time to go position by position, man. So where do you want to start at? We've been starting offense.
Been starting quarterback, yeah.
So we're not going to start that way today. We're going to start defense today.
Oh, trying to mix up the vibes.
Listen, man, no stone unturned. We got to play our part. You know that.
Right.
I mean, we kind of like the official podcast of the Pittsburgh. Not playing. But anywho, we got to play our part, all right?
Yeah.
So I'm over here trying to leave no stone unturned, okay? I was over here this morning. Like I said, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on date day with usually we go date night. We said we can go date day. Steelers lost. We got to change it up. All right. Usually I cook. Say no. Order and takeout. Okay. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah, you got to mix it up sometimes a little bit.
All right, now. It's that simple, man. Hey, and shout out to Trina Still Diva. She says, I use the promo code Moats on every damn thing. Man, shout out to you, Trina Still Diva 5. You keep using that promo code.
Even stuff we're not sponsored by.
Bro, just put the promo code everywhere. We're just gonna spam everybody's products, and they can be like, yo, who is this Moats dude? Like, what is Moats? All right, give them a promo code. Give them something off. Give just the people want it. Give them something off. That's how we do it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, what part of the defense do you want to start with?
Man, let's start with the secondary, bro. I mean, for me, right? I ain't gonna lie. I love that defensive backfield that they got, man.
Yeah, it's definitely Broncos.
It's tough. God, dog, they tough right now.
Even if Roby doesn't come back,
all
signs are pointing to that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Or Surtain doesn't play.
I still think Surtain is gonna play.
As long as either one of them play.
Section chest.
As long as either one of them play, you got Surtain, you got Roby, you got Callahan, you got Simmons back. Or we're not talking safeties, just the cornerbacks, correct? Yeah, they're pretty loaded.
Even though I low key wanted to lump them all together, though. I'm not gonna lie, I did want to lump them together, but we don't have to. We could separate. Definitely separate them. We'll separate.
Okay.
Because I do think it makes it more interesting when we talk to the safeties as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
but I'm with you on cornerbacks because like outside of Joe Hayden. Like it
depends on how people feel about Joe Hayden. Because
I was gonna say, and you could probably make a case for any one of those dudes, like their top 3 guys, to potentially be better than Joe Hayden right now.
Yeah,
I know Surtain's young, but everyone's saying he's a stud.
Bro, you watch him on tape, that dude don't look like a rookie out there, man.
And then we have Cam Sutton, we have Pierre. What's the deal with Trey Norwood? Like he's not playing that much anymore.
Yeah, well. I'm trying to. I think it's more so they're trying to figure out where to play him, because remember I told you week 1 he played a lot early in the game at nickel. Then they started bumping him back to safety and allowing Minka to play down in the box. Then the following week it was once again Minka down almost exclusively in the slot and Norwood playing up at the safety spot. Since then though, I haven't really seen a lot of Norwood out there as much, but we have seen Minka more in the post as well. So maybe they don't want to put Norwood back in the slot right now.
Yeah, maybe it's matchup based. I don't know.
But we thought he played well in the slot in week 1. We were actually surprised by it, especially his physicality and stuff like that. So yeah, I was a little surprised, man. But I haven't heard anything in terms of why he hasn't been out there. But I found out though. I could definitely find out.
Yeah, because then we got Pierre, Sutton, Trey Norwood is basically our three guys after Hayden versus who they have. It's not even close.
I got you right here. Darius Mayo just brought it up. Darius Mayo said, I think Arthur Milet has taken the spot.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because he played like 30 or 40%.
Yeah, and I meant to talk about him on
yeah, that's a good point.
I wanted to talk on Monday, and then because we ended up doing it on Tuesday, I totally forgot. But I thought he played well, man. Like, he's super like physical at the line of scrimmage. Like, his tackling, bro. You watching? He had like a couple tackles for loss. Yeah,
that's always a good thing.
But he had a couple tackles, TFLs in that Packers game. Like, he's really good with his hand. Almost reminds me of Mike Hilton, but just a taller, like leaner version. Whereas Mike was a little shorter and more like muscular. And obviously, Mike used more of his quickness and agility to get around guys. Whereas Arthur, man, I just like how he had in hands guys, dude. Like, he plays almost like a linebacker, like a small wheel linebacker a little bit, man. Watching him, I'm like, yo, I like his game right now, man.
We even saw that on the highlights whenever we picked him up, not drafted him, but picked him up in this offseason.
Yeah, but I like that about him, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they just feel more comfortable with him then because he's taken up. He got like 30% or 40%.
Right. And I would say this, if they're going to talk about playing those guys exclusively in the slot, right, I do like Arthur Milet's ability in the run in terms of run support more than I like Trey Norwood's.
And we needed that against the Packers.
Right. And then in terms of those two guys in coverage, I haven't seen enough of Arthur Milet looking bad. You know what I mean? Like,
no, he hasn't gone bad. Yeah, I don't remember a play he's gone bad.
Right. That's my thing. So, I'm even trying to think back to training camp. I don't remember him ever having like these egregious.
He had a couple in preseason.
In the
like,
games,
yeah, in the
right?
games.
But not like in the practice. That's what I'm trying to think of. Just like, okay, what was that like? What was that like? I thought as a whole, like, his physicality always showed up, though. That was the one thing with him.
Yeah.
It showed up. Because I always thought that he was like the physical side of Antoine Brooks. And then I thought that Norwood kind of gave me the coverage side of what Brooks could give me. And that's why I like Brooks so much. Because, like, yo, he's kind of like the perfect blend right now. Yeah. It's nuts, right? But once again, what did we say? He played the first preseason game, looked good, and then never practiced again. You can't play if you're not practicing, man. That's just how it goes.
Didn't someone pick him up immediately, right?
I can't remember.
It was probably the Rams. Rams were picking up all of our guys. I do want to double check. I swear because they picked up Duck immediately. Let me see. Yeah. Rams.
On the Rams?
Yeah, Rams picked him up.
Damn, they got him. And who else they got?
They picked up someone recently too, right?
Yeah,
I know they picked up Duck, but
it was somebody they just picked up. Like, we just cut them or released them.
Jones, do you remember Jones?
That's who it was. I was like, yo, who am I forgetting? Yes, it was him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They're just picking up our scraps.
Maybe they know something we don't know. What is their record?
They're playing good.
They're undefeated right now. They got beat by
they got
Chargers.
housed by Cardinals last week.
Oh, Cardinals. That's who got them. Okay.
Yeah, they look good though. Yeah. They look good.
And the Cardinals look really good.
They got a tough game tonight or Thursday
Tomorrow,
night. They play the Seahawks. I mean, obviously the Rams have the better team, but you just never know with Russell Wilson.
This is true.
You just never know with him.
All right.
So where are we at? That's cornerbacks. We both agree on corners.
So we agree.
Broncos.
Broncos by far. Yeah, they got the guys right now. But that was good, though, about Arthur Milet, man. I'm glad that we had a chance to bring him up, man, because I totally forgot. So shout out to everybody. Not everybody, but dang, I'm drawing a blank on my man that just brought him up. Jeez. Well, you know who you were in the chat. I shouted y'all on the front end. So we are good. All right. Safeties. Now this
is tough.
This is extremely
Edmonds made me look bad last week. I keep saying underrated. But if this is gonna be close to the Bengals because you got Jackson, Edmonds, comparable.
Yeah.
Minka, Simmons, comparable.
Yeah. How you feel about Minka? People not as happy about Minka right now.
I was gonna say we got PFF slandering his name right now with the ratings. That stands for Pro Football Fake News though, so you can't really trust that.
And drop it in the chat too, man. Which position group y'all like better? The Steelers safeties or the Broncos safeties? Drop it down in the chat. Let us know who you think, which group you think has the advantage. That we'll definitely make sure we read those off to y'all as well. Because like I said, y'all just much part of the show as we are, man. So yeah, put it in the chat, baby.
Edmonds can't have another play like that though. He can't. I don't expect him to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the whole thing I did against the Bengals. Mm-hmm. If I think Minka's better than Simmons. There you go, Steelers right there.
Okay.
And then we could even go Edmonds, Jackson, Wash, but I do think Edmonds is more of what we've seen throughout earlier this season and even most of last season than what we saw in the Packers game. Because honestly, I think that was the only play, really, the one across the middle to Cobb that he let off.
That was the worst one.
That was really it. So, I mean, that's going to happen. If you play in the secondary, something like that's going to happen. I mean, Joe Hayden got he got crossed up on that screen pass by Devontae Adams. I mean,
he did get.
And I'm not thinking
up,
anything less than of Joe Hayden. So that happens. I'm going with our safeties.
Okay.
I get if anyone wants to go Broncos, but if I think Minka's as good as he is, and I actually think he gets a pick this game, maybe
he's
even
been
two.
dropping a couple now, man.
Maybe even two. He's due. He's due, definitely.
Okay, so let's look into the chat real quick to see what the people are saying in terms of the safety matchup. Steelers Nation says he's taking the Denver safeties, Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons, over our safeties. Okay, Crown also says the Broncos. Darius Mayo says he's rolling with the Steelers. Steelers safeties. Okay, Donald Martell also says the Steelers safeties. Unpopular opinion says Steelers. I'm picking Minka every time. Okay.
Yeah, he's not playing as bad as what PFF's saying. If anything, I think he's playing pretty damn good, especially with his tackling.
I would agree. The tackling is definitely looking
like
good.
That's the knock that everyone had on Minka the offseason. Like, oh, this is why he's not in the top 3 in our rankings, because of tackling. He's not as physical. He's been
only knock on him right now,
he's been pretty physical.
It's just he's not making the plays that he's supposed to make.
Yeah, he should have 2 picks thus far.
That's my knock on him right now. I think his tackling has definitely improved. That's been
actually
the most
3 picks.
It should be 3
because Terrell Edmonds' pick should have been his, but then he dropped another one in the Bengals game, and then he dropped one.
And he dropped the one versus Packers. Yeah. So for me, when I think of Minka, I'm like, man, I love how he's improved his tackling, just his overall desire. Right? You watch him on tape now, it's like, he's not trying to shy away. He's not taking a bad angle. Like, nah, he going ahead and do what he got to do. I love that about him right now. But you got to make the play you're supposed to make. That's the thing. Like, balls cannot hit your hand. Footballs can't hit your hand, and you just allow them to fall harmlessly to the ground. When we talk about elite safeties, which we view him as, that's what he's going to have to start doing. He's been doing that in his career, and that's why I'm looking at it similar how you are. These drop picks that he's had are flukes. These are one-offs, all right? But he got to get
some easy ones too.
Right, that's my.
I know the one he was diving a little bit, but it was a soft ball.
Right, and we know how impactful those plays are, and that's ultimately why we are so high on our defense, because we talk about Mink. We say, yo, he's gonna create turnovers. He creates splash. It's kind of like when we talk about TJ. It's like, yo, he's gonna get sacks. He's gonna create splash. Our defense is predicated on that. So that's for me with Mink, is like, all right, that's my only knock right now. You just got to start making the plays you're supposed to make, baby.
Everyone's going to point to the whole Ruggs touchdown, but you talked about
that. But I already said that was a one-off where he's been doing this the whole game. You're designed to do what? Watch Waller, provide overhead top on Waller.
And Norwood didn't get the sack.
You
know what? Go. Maybe it is. They saw that. They're like, you know what? Millett's not hesitating. He's blasting the quarterback there.
No, for a fact. Millett doesn't. That boy like a rocket shot out, man. Hey, look, and I don't know if it was because we got the same name, but I really was like feeling his game. I'm like,
all right, you're pumped.
Like, I'm
you were nervous when we signed him because you thought we signed you.
Yes, I almost had a heart attack.
Arthur M.
But now I'm doing a lot better with it.
Yeah.
And now it is good to see that I can watch him and be like, yo, that's my Arthur brother right there. We got to get him on the show.
That's a unique name. Yeah.
I'm going to have to get him on the show just so I can call him Arthur. That's all I'm saying,
sure.
man. Just so I can call him Arthur.
Who's your pick?
All right. So for me, man, I will go with, no, this is easy. I'm going Steelers safeties. And here's why. You watched the tape last week, right? Justin Simmons, they picked on him. Lamar Jackson, people always talk about Lamar can't throw. Lamar was picking on Justin Simmons. Him and Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews, they got after that boy multiple times, and not just on those short throws either. House calls. The post, bro, he spit Simmons in a circle. Mark Andrews, 2 20, 30-yard catches on down the field. Justin Simmons is in coverage right there. To me, I'm just like, I haven't seen Mika get picked on. I've seen Mika drop picks, but he don't get picked on. At times, Lamar, for a fact, they were picking on him. I'm like, bro, all right, I like it. Kind of remind me of when we saw Seven go at Jair Alexander on the offsides where he pumps it and hits Deontay, and we were like, oh, I didn't think he was going to try him. It was like, oh, I didn't think Lamar was going to try Justin, and then he tried him again, and then he came back, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's a good point. Ravens, Lamar threw for 300 yards against this secondary.
Exactly, bro.
Some people are thinking, I looked through some Broncos stuff, they think it's more of a one-off, but it just goes hand in hand with them. You're actually playing a good team now, though.
And Lamar definitely was missing too, bro.
Oh, he was,
he had a couple more he could have hit.
Yeah, in the dirt.
Yes, he had a couple more he definitely could have hit. Tutties, big game. So that's my thing. I'm like, I respect Justin Simmons' game. I do. But you got to play. I don't care about the name. You got to play. And going off of that tape last week, man, we know Lamar. Lamar is a great player, but he's not a great passer, right? We say Lamar is good passer, great runner, right? And when you combine them together, that's how you get this great playmaker as a whole. But when I see him doing those things and Justin Simmons is the guy that seems to be reoccurring, I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna see. Baby. Now I need 7. That's I'm rolling. I'm depending on my dog this week. I'm going blind faith biasness right now. Blind faith, straight biasness. That's all. I'm there with it. Okay, I'm there with it because my dog. It hurts me a little bit when I'm seeing the slander the way it's getting. All right,
I'm telling you.
That's all I'm saying. So blind faith. I'm like, if Lamar's cooking like this, back. I need you 7. Okay, this
is it. Look, I'm telling you.
It's funny in here when me and you going at it, right? Because I'm like, you the only one that's really like heavy been like that. I'm gonna just kind of be chill with it. But with my other shows, I'm like, I gotta go get the. I'm putting the Deke on. You know what I mean? I gotta get the jab. Like, hold on, I want all 7 men here. Take this hook. You know what I mean? So I need 7 this week, baby. I need them. Okay, I need them.
I'm excited.
I don't know how many more I can take. Yeah. I need you 7, please. This is your week. So yeah, man.
I'm thinking so too.
Nah.
Okay, we got 2 on the defense, cornerback, safeties, outside linebackers.
We're healthy right now.
It's got to be us.
Yeah, we're healthy.
Because all they got's Von Miller, but then if we're saying TJ Watt's healthy, I'll take TJ over Von, but then they don't have like a second guy, whether you want to say Ingram or Highsmith, because maybe you could say Ingram's the better player right now over Highsmith, but the combination of both playing like 50% of the snaps, that's better than anyone else they got. So I think that's an easy one. I would
agree. And I'm putting it in the chat right now. Which OLBs, which stands for outside linebackers, are you taking in this matchup? It's talking Steelers and Broncos. All right. So just keep rocking with us. Y'all know what we doing over here. So drop it in the chat which outside linebacker group you like though. But so you said you're taking us. Yeah, if we're healthy, man, I think this is a no-brainer. I
have no reason to say TJ's not. We could just say, all right, he had an off game last week. Even though he had 2 sacks, but still, he wasn't TJ. I was surprised at the end of the day. He played like 85%. I looked at that.
Yeah. So for me, man, going off of what they said, because that's what we're doing right now, right? We're not hearing anything that, we're taking it 100% at their word. If our outside linebacker group is healthy, and I'm talking the big 3, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Melvin Ingram.
Who would have thought Ingram's the healthiest, though, this whole season?
That was the craziest part because he was the one that I was most concerned about with his health.
He's always hurt.
Right. Like, recently. Like, it's crazy. But, yeah, for me, man, if our 3 are healthy, their best right now is Von Miller. And Von isn't playing Von Miller-like. It's almost like, we know Von, right? Von, TJ, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, those guys are 10s, right? In terms of what their potential is, what they're capable of playing at. Right now, to me, Von isn't playing at that 10. He's playing at, I don't want to disrespect, like 7.5. That's just my perspective of it. All right. And I'm a Von Miller fan. Like, I love Von Miller's game. Like, I loved him way more than Khalil Mack, right? But watching him, he just doesn't look the same right now. And TJ, I'm like, even though TJ wasn't 100% healthy last week, TJ looks closer to healthy or closer to normal than Von Miller does, if you get what I'm saying right there. So that's why for me, if those 2 are that close, they for a fact don't have an Alex Highsmith. They for a fact don't have a Melvin Ingram. Got to go with our OLBs. But let's see what the chat said, man, in terms of which outside linebackers they would be taking. All right.
So Von Miller is on their injury report. It just says rest right now, though. I don't know if they're doing a little smoke and mirrors, but they got a ton of dudes on here.
Yeah. He'll play. But
Melvin Gordon did not practice. Lower leg. But some of the stuff that we already said earlier is like they're 2 offensive guards. They're limited. So maybe they're leaning more towards playing.
And it's still early in the week for them dudes, man.
Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater did not practice. Yeah. But yeah.
All right, but in terms of when we asked the chat, who would they take, the Steelers or the Broncos outside linebackers? Gary Thornton says Steelers. Zach Pierce says Steelers. Donald Martell, not even a question, Steelers. Steelers Nation says, of course, Pittsburgh by far when healthy, 100% with that, man. LL says Steelers outside linebackers, and then Zeke Shazier, our across the pond homie, says Steelers outside linebackers easy.
We got Shoot the Rock, dude we met over in Green Bay.
Shoot the Rock, absolutely.
Says Von Miller, a dog, won the Broncos that Super Bowl, but he's definitely fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, facts, man. Like I said,
and he also said he's taking the Steelers too.
Love Von, but he is not looking the same right now, man. Mason Neville, he asked, is Bradley Chubb hurt? Yeah, he actually just had surgery. I believe it was
recently.
It was like
a week or so ago.
Yeah, it was like last Wednesday. I want to say he had surgery, so he's on their injury reserve. Yeah, he's not going to be out here this week. I don't even know if he's coming back this season. I haven't followed his injury enough like that, but he won't be available to them this week. So yeah,
I'm not saying anything else.
Yeah, everybody else is
a lot of people saying Steelers.
Rolling with us. Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
I like it. All right, what you think about the front though, man? In terms of their D line versus our D line, Shelby Harris, Mike Purcell, Jermont Jones.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it. Those are some good players, solid, but they don't have Cam Hayward. And if it just sucks we don't have Alualu or Tuitt, because that could be the hammer where I'm just like, it's not even close.
Yeah, because right now it's just we got Cam,
we got Wormley, we got Bugs.
Yeah.
How comparable
Cam is nice? The others make it formidable, but it's like even like recent Cam. Like it still isn't like crazy productivity right now.
Oh, he bought out in that Bills game,
right?
Even
that's
the Raiders.
What I'm saying, though. But that's what
last
I'm saying, like,
2 weeks,
right? But you see, it now could that be because of TJ and those guys not being there? You put more focus on them. Absolutely, I think that has played a part of that. But still, it has been a little bit different recently compared to the start of the season.
Yeah, I feel like the Packers, though, even just as an offense, when you have Rodgers, you have Aaron Jones, you have Devontae Adams, that poses a little. And the Packers' offensive line played surprisingly good. Not surprisingly in the run game, but we couldn't get any pressure. So maybe, and we put the defense in a tough spot. So maybe we could just say, and I said it last time we did the podcast, just like a weird game, bad breaks, put the defense in tough spots, like defensive line against their offensive line and what they got going on offense. I could see Cam like wreaking havoc this game.
Yeah. Well, I just dropped it in the chat. Which D?
But yeah, I'm going us. I'm going us because we got Cam. They got dudes that are solid, quality NFL players, but we have Cam Hayward. We have. I don't want to say a reach here and say borderline Hall of Famer, but perennial Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
All pro type of guy. That's who we got. They don't have a guy like that.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I would agree. Yeah, let us know in the chat though, man. When I said which DL you taking,
that could be a decent
D
topic.
line. Which D lineman are you taking? The Steelers D line or the Broncos D line?
What does Cam got to do to get in the Hall of Fame? He needs another Pro Bowl or two, and I think he needs a Super Bowl.
I think you need a lot more, bro.
You think?
Yes, I know it's the Steeler thing, bro. I get you, but to me, I think his case is worse than Hines right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah.
He still has a few more years. Like if he gets 2 or 3 more Pro Bowls, and we gotta win a Super Bowl though too. I think.
I don't think it would just be Pro Bowl. I think he needs to have. He
needs another All Pro.
No, he need to like go off. Like he need a 15 pluser. One of those. I'm serious, bro. Like dudes ain't just getting in the hole, man.
Yeah, I guess Casey.
Dudes ain't just getting in the hole like
Casey
that.
Hampton's got 5 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls.
Like the Hall of Fame is the Hall of like. Pro Football Hall of Fame, man, that standard, they hold it to a high standard, man. It's not like the NBA. If it's the NBA, absolutely. I'm like, yeah, he's in, Hines in, Casey in, this guy's in, that guy's in. But the NFL or Pro Football Hall of Fame, man, they don't operate like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I wonder how good of a case he'd have. But you're probably right.
Yeah. And that's my dog, man. I would love for him to do. I just don't think that he has done enough to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like legitimately in that conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not right now, right now. But he's still got a couple years, and you're right.
Some time, though, man.
And you're right. I think it would even be tough if he gets the 5 or 6 at the next 2 or 3 years. The Super Bowl would definitely help, though. Like some type of like crazy like playoff impact that he would have. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But I'm going with us. I'm going with us though. They don't have that type of guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like people in the chat got a little confused on my DL. I should have put D line. But anyway,
what'd you say?
I said which DL you taking?
That's like disabled list.
Right. I'm like, oh, it's probably not the best. So yes. Anywho. In terms of the D line, so you said you're taking our D line.
Someone saying Denver's D line was shorthanded.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna type it all the way in this time. Which D line are you taking on Sunday? See, you gotta be specific at once. Which D line are you taking on Sunday? The reason I typed it because they can get it faster than if I just said this out here, right?
For sure.
But in terms of which D line I like, when healthy, I love ours. I just hate the fact that we're not really healthy right now. That seems to be like my biggest hang up.
So Cam, Bugs, Wormley,
right?
The occasional Mondo sighting versus.
Now, both of their guards are questionable right now, but it is still early in the week. I just don't. I'm trying to.
They just don't have enough star power on their defensive line.
You play the game though. We play the game of which matchup do we like better? Right. How much do I like our D line versus their O line? Versus how much do I like their D line versus our O line?
You could always pull that card, right?
Because I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because Purcell, Harris.
But you got to think who they going against.
I like what I saw last week though. I like the improvement.
All right.
It's not enough for you.
Oh, I'm working through it. I'm processing through it right now. All right. I wanted to do it like this. Okay. I didn't want to think about it ahead of time. I was like, let me just think about this thing as it's happening right now. So I'm still trying to talk myself into it. Okay. Oh, man. I just don't like the fact we're not healthy. I'm sorry. I don't like that, man.
Yeah, it's Purcell, Harris, Tremont Jones. I think they got a couple dudes like they'll rotate into, like Deshaun Williams, McTelvin again.
You know what?
Versus Wormley, Bugs, Cam Hayward.
I do like Wormley though.
I know you've been high on him this year. He had the forced fumble. I was seeing a highlight.
I like Wormley.
He did a nice little like swim move on him too.
Wormley's not a, guy that you're gonna game plan around. He's not a guy that you typically talk about, but he's one of those glue guys. He just fits. He plays a role, and he's a veteran at it. And when I see him, I'm just like, yo, that's what he does. He's fundamental. You hardly ever see him get reached. You hardly ever see him giving up ground. He's never out of his gap. He's fundamental, man. He's a good player. That's why I like him, man.
He'd be really nice as our like third or fourth guy, though. That's the unfortunate thing.
But that's what he was signed to be.
I know.
The third or fourth guy. And now he's kind of forced into this action. But what I'm saying is, even with him out there, right, it's not going to kill you. He just doesn't give you the same level of playmaking that those other guys give you, right? We talked about Tyson, how he gives you crazy playmaking in the run. You talk about he gives you crazy playmaking across the board. Wormley won't give you the playmaking like those guys, but it's not a drop off in terms of just your consistency. Your play in and play out. Wormley can give you that better than Bugs, better than Davis, better than Mondo, better than anybody you want to name right now. He's going to be the most consistent. But like I say, he just doesn't give you the high end, the splash that we all love. But it was good to see him get the forced fumble last week, man.
Which one are you picking?
All right. Well, I wanted to stall a little bit as well, man, to see what everybody else had put in the chat. So now let's look to see, man, because I have retyped it in.
Some people want Davis in here.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Mark Tobin, Bugs is just the guy. I'd take Davis over him.
See, I like Bugs' energy though, man. Gary Davis says Denver's D-line right now. Okay. Blitzberg says he's taking the steal. Curtin, or our defense, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kenneth Beamer says our D-line as well. All right. Corey Anderson says our D-line. Absolutely. I like that. Yeah, Steelers Nation agrees with me. He says when healthy, he's rolling with Pittsburgh. Rod Dallas says Steelers D-line if Tuitt comes back.
He's not coming back.
But he's not going to be back this week. Yeah, he's not back. The only person
I heard some McFarland.
Yeah, Anthony McFarland. They have put him on that same list as Banner. So
I would like to see McFarland back.
Right. Banner has one more week before they officially have to make a decision whether or not to put him on the active roster. Anthony McFarland, they just designated him as a guy to return from IR. I believe that was earlier today.
Yeah, I saw
it was earlier today. They designated him, so he'll have essentially 3 weeks from today for them to make a decision whether or not to put him on the active roster.
I still don't know what he hurt, why he was hurt, when he got hurt. Either, I still don't know. But
I do not either.
You talk about the whole Aaron Jones element from the podcast last week, just that speed and how we were using him in preseason. He looked good. McFarland looked good. So I'll be interested to see what he could bring to the offense if we actually get him some snaps.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty amped.
Absolutely. Now, Yun Rico says Denver's D-line. He also says this: one player doesn't make a good D-line. Because we were talking about how we have Cam, but we, across the board, it's not as high end of playmaking. All right, I can see that.
I get what he's saying. Yeah. I just don't think their guys are like that much more amazing than either Bugs or Wormley right now. And then you could say they're better, but sure, I mean, I'll take Cam though. Okay. I'll take Cam as the main guy.
Well, Bradley Howell says a push. He says he thinks
I could see that.
Yeah. I could definitely see that as well. All right. Well, for me, man, The only reason I'll go us
there it is.
For a couple of reasons, though, man. Number one, the Cam Hayward element is very real, right? In terms of when we're just talking, if both groups are comparable, which I do think both of these groups are pretty much spot on right now, more so because of our health. And for them, it's just that's who they are. When it's equal like that, I always look to, okay, who has the high end guy? Who has that star, that big name, or a guy that can just produce? And we have that in Cam Hayward right now. So I do think that kind of gives us that edge right there. Slight edge, but that to me is the deciding factor. Because Wormley, like I said, good player, but he's not going to make me sway yay or nay when we're comparing him to the guys from Denver. But Cam, he is that type of guy that can make me sway yay or nay. So that's why for me, I'm rolling with them because of Cam.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, you're right. It's close.
Like the Steelers.
It's close, though. It's very close, I had to think about this one.
No, it's very close to me, man.
One more on defense. Inside linebackers.
I'm
going us.
Whew, all right. Okay.
They just got guys.
They do. I mean,
Alexander Johnson.
Dude,
Justin Stranad. He's their other guy.
Why you got to come at him like that, bro?
I've never heard of him before. No, I know people want to rip on Bush and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Schobert's playing pretty damn good, though.
Fair.
So, yeah, I like Bush and Schobert over there, two players at inside linebacker for sure.
Hold on,
From at least even what I've seen in the Ravens game that I watched, like, yeah, these guys aren't jumping off the screen to me.
I was trying to make sure I typed in the right way this time instead of just putting like DL or LD and all the other like just letters. So that's why I was. Oh yeah, I was still listening to you, but
no, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm going Bush Schobert
for sure. Yeah, they a nicer way to put it is they don't have the high end talent at the inside linebacker position that we typically have right now. We're not gonna just call them just guys, man. Come on, man. We got to be nice, all right? Not just guys. They don't have the high end talent though. And I do agree with that. And even though
they've done better than me, and they're NFL players, so I'm. Although you know what,
talk your talk, man. You better talk your talk.
This is pretty damn cool.
You better talk your talk. Okay, yeah. I bet your body feel better than theirs too.
That's fair.
100%. Okay.
I mean, that's the price you pay.
Hey, it's the price you pay.
It is. I mean,
shoot, low key, you probably have more of a household name than them right now.
No.
No, not yet. Not soon though.
I wouldn't say that.
Soon. Coming soon.
In the Pittsburgh market, yes.
In the Pittsburgh market, definitely.
In the Pittsburgh market, yes.
That's a start though.
Yeah, I guess it is.
We couldn't say that 3 years ago. That's all we're saying, man.
All right, exactly.
See. Small victories, man. Small victories.
That's a good point.
But yeah, man, for me, man, I like our linebackers a lot more. In terms of Devin Bush and Joe Schobert, they're better players. It's not a knock. We're not taking shots at the Broncos linebackers in terms of Alexander Johnson, Justin Stranad. I think that's how you say his name. I don't even know how to pronounce that thing. It's like Strnad. It's like the weirdest.
Strad.
Yeah, Strad. Yeah, that guy. But yeah, it's not a knock on those guys or anything like that. I just personally think that our guys are just more talented. You know what I mean? They fly around. Now with Devin. Still growing pains. But like you said, though, Joe has been, he's starting to get his legs under him in this defense. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. That's starting to show up a lot more on tape. And I think for him, the longer he's playing in this defense, by the back end of the season, we're going to see him looking even better because for him, it's just comfort.
We're thinking that was Bush, hopefully, too.
Yeah. The reason it sucks for Bush, though, is just because the expectations are so high for him.
Whereas, Schobert, we got you off the streets for a 6th-round pick. So anything you do that's like better than Spillane is amazing.
Yes. And I think that's one of the bigger differences. I know I suffered from that when I watched him on tape because I watched Joe and I'm like, Joe can do something that's kind of decent. I'm like, bro, that's a good play. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that
Joe.
little
you know what
pass,
I mean?
Like,
yeah.
What was it? The pass deflection with Aaron Jones in the end zone. That was nice.
But with his Devin, if Devin did, I'm like, well, I expect that. You Devin Bush, you 10th overall pick. We traded up. Wait, catch it next time. Get the pick. So I know that I'm guilty of that when I'm watching
the 5-5 high expectations.
I don't know. It's not even the number. I just think it's just the fact that the expectation was Shazier. For me, I'm like, I'm gonna hold you to that. Like that's just how I view it. And he has that potential. That's the part with Devin. That's why it's like it's fun to watch him because he is more than capable of growing into that. I just don't know when is it going to materialize. Like that's the only thing with him right now.
Well, just think of how many snaps he's had over these past 2 years, and he's still young.
Yep.
So that's why we're thinking it's just more reps. When's going to be like the big turning point where we're like, oh, wow, like he's off and running.
Right.
Is it too early right now? I don't know, but I'm still taking him and Schobert over both of their guys.
I mean, technically, this would be not even the halfway point of his second season based on how many games he's played.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. This would be 8 total for him right now, 9 maybe?
He played like 5, I think, last year.
Right, 5 last year. He's at 4 right now. That's what I'm saying. Point. It's like 9 games. It's midway. So he's still even at the whole second year mark. It's just like he still hasn't played a lot of ball. Even though he's been in the league now for a couple of years, he hasn't played a lot.
He played a ton his rookie year.
Yeah, that was it. You know what I mean?
That's your rookie year.
Yeah. So when I think of Devin, that's like the thing with him. I'm a little bit more patient, even though my expectations are really high. But long story short, a long answer, just to get to see what group we were taking. I wanted to add that to what the chat was going to say.
Yeah, let's see.
Wiley Locke says
they got all agree with us.
Yeah, he
right?
said Steelers linebackers easily #still pain or still rain. Excuse me on that. Rod Dollar says he's taking our linebackers. Byron Nelson says we need to sign Jalen Smith. Hey man, we might be too late on that, but we'll talk about that later.
I think someone just said he signed someone.
Yeah, he, Green Bay was showing up on the screen.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I hinted to it earlier. I was like, oh, somebody we're going to talk about later. Just signed somewhere. Yes, they are finalizing that deal. Absolutely, man.
Damn, that's a good move for them.
Yeah, it is, man. It definitely is. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, man. We definitely will. Donald Martell, though, he says Steelers easy also. All right. Shoot the Rock says, I like the Steelers. Schobert has been a great addition for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy Coakley, just tuning in. Yo, Moats, your shirt is fire.
Oh, man, respect, baby. Hey, listen, I'm a big Halloween guy. Big Halloween guy.
Send Bush. Guy? Not really. Send Bush on more blitzes. He will loosen up. Man, that was a nice little blitz we did against the Packers. No, I'm not the biggest Halloween guy, though. No,
man. I think I love Halloween so much because when I was younger,
I'll go out and party, but like,
man. Because, we pastors, man. So we never went to like trick or treat when I was younger. It was always like we're gonna do this thing called
the big church event.
Yeah, it was always at the church. So we dressed up. It's like man, and now I think that's why I enjoy it so much on the back end because I take my kids. How's your dad feel
about it now?
Oh, he don't care. Like it's funny, man. I listen to my parents. I'm like, bro, where is all this? Where is all this? Oh, I understand. Where was all this understanding when I was young? We didn't want to understand that. It was no, son. You
gotta keep your kid in line,
right? And then they're like, "Oh, you the drummer, so you definitely showing up." I'm like, "Dang, bro! Like, where's the understanding? We don't have an understanding now." But now they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cute. Send pictures. Send pictures of you and the grandbabies. I want to see my grandbabies. Send pictures." No, I'm not sending pictures. Go to Halloween Harvest. I'll holler at you next time. That's what I started to say, but I don't want to be petty like that. I'm petty, man. I can't. You listen. I hold grudges. I say I don't hold grudges, but I hold a grudge, man.
Your parents want to come.
Like y'all ain't invited. Only the in-law. In-laws, y'all can come whenever y'all want for Halloween. My mother-in-law is here every Halloween before she moved out here. Cause I'm like, you know what? You support Halloween. You're here. You're invited. My parents, nope. Y'all can't come. Oh man,
that's what they get for holding it back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Shoot the Rock said they go dress up as you for Halloween.
Oh, shout out.
Get the taco meat.
Best of luck trying to figure out that outfit.
Yo, your outfit from Sunday. Can we talk about it? Because people have been like,
oh really?
They've been really drawn to your outfit selection, man.
Really? Whatever. I wore Dotson jersey.
The Dotson jersey, the long sleeve shirt,
the
blue pit shorts, the white crew socks, one pulled up higher than the other, and the Crocs.
One was that much higher? I don't know. I just throw them on, dude.
Yeah, man. It was just like that's that runway. Crocs, it calls you. That's your go-to outfit, the runway model outfit right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, you see how I dress. I wear sandals. I mean, if I'm gonna wear socks, I like those high white ones. I think they're good.
That's your vibe, bro.
I like that with like the gym shorts and flannels and stuff. For Steeler games, I'll rock a jersey.
I just like it, bro, because it's like, man, most people go to a game and they're like, yo, it's like it's an event. You gotta look good, gotta be dressed. You see, I'm always, I look, I gotta have a little something on me. But they be like, yo, Deke, just pull up, like, yo, he here. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. All right. So
that's what Donald Copeland says. To be Deke, all you need is a hoop shorts Steeler jersey, and the Crocs with a backwood. I mean, that's about it.
You gotta have a backwood, bro.
And probably throwing a hat. You gotta
have a
like
backwood.
a pirate hat or something, backwards hat, something like that. I that's probably it.
Yo, Brady Howell just said the blue shorts. It's all about the blue shorts, bro. That was like I felt like that's what people identified the most.
Oh, people didn't
blue
like
shorts.
it.
They were like, oh.
It was Pitt.
It was a fashion statement, to say the least. We'll just leave it. It was a fashion statement.
Hey, man, Pitt's doing good. I'm excited. I'm excited about Pitt.
Yeah, we're going to get taco meat Deke costumes. That's what we calling them, man. The taco meat Deke costume. I like it, man.
Okay, so we going to offense then?
Yes, we are, man. And for those that are in the super chats right now, we're going to get to y'all. I promise. Let me make sure. Yeah, because I didn't see anything that was necessarily on this topic right now. So what we'll do is when we break down the offense position side of it, after that, we'll get to all the supers, upper room members, and then we'll transition as well. All right. So I ain't miss y'all. We got y'all. All right. We got y'all. But yeah, man, talk a little offense position groups. All right. So we always start with quarterback. So we're not starting quarterback. Let's go O-line right now, man. How you like it? Where's your optimism? Do you believe?
Just hear me out on this one.
Do you believe in the parallel universe?
Just hear me out on this one.
I feel like you're going to take me to the parallel universe. Here we go. All right. Let's go, man. Get me going. Let's go.
Broncos strength of schedule. Bad.
All right.
They played shitty teams.
Sell it to me.
They're banged up.
Sell it to me.
They're banged up. You saw what they looked like against the Ravens.
Give it to me. Come on.
Not that amazing.
I'm with it.
You saw what we looked like against the Packers.
Uh-huh.
Still not top 10. Better than what we were, though. And we are a young unit. We're starting to gel together. So I think this is the game. I can't say this is the game where it's all turned around and everything. Mm-hmm. I think this is another step in the right direction.
How big of a step, though? Is it like one small step for mankind? Or is it just like a step?
It's enough to say we're better than the Broncos offensive line.
Oh, that might be a step for mankind then, bro.
But Broncos, if they're injured, I think there's a case for us, especially with how they looked last week. Mm-hmm. I think there's a case. And I think we're going to be taking a good step. Okay. How big of a step, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be constant progression here on out with this offensive line, though. Okay.
Constant progression with
this offensive line. We talk about the Broncos defensive line. It's nothing amazing.
Question. Who, I said who, Lord have mercy, I'm wilding. Anywho, Chooks Okorafor.
Is this controversy right here? Like, who are you taking?
Is he still
Chooks or Haig?
Where is he at right now? Is he still protocoled up? Oh, he's full now.
He's full.
Because I didn't get a chance to look. I tell you, I was on my date with wifey. I didn't look at the reports. So yeah.
Good for him. I don't know how I feel about that for the team.
You are wild.
I don't know how I feel about Haig going up against Von Miller though, too.
Right. I'm just. That's why I asked the chat. Chat, y'all see the question in there. Which O-line are y'all taking?
It'd be nice.
You
nice
definitely
to see
need
Banner,
to answer.
maybe.
Yes, y'all need to answer. All right. I see it's 331. It's 330 something of y'all in here. I know it's 121 of y'all that didn't like it already. All right. We get that. Y'all might want to like it some more. I respect it if you do. If you don't, I'm going to cry. But don't worry about that. But y'all got to answer this one because this is the tough question, man. Which O-line are you taking?
Haig. Okay.
Chooks,
well, also, I think Haig versus Chooks. Like, if Chooks is healthy, who do you want?
Who do I want? Based on what I saw last week, I'm willing to give Haig another chance. Now, granted, we can say that he had the better matchup because he did get the better matchup compared to what Chooks had to deal with. He ain't dealt with nothing that Chooks dealt with just yet. But he did look the best between those two guys. Now, like I said, it's kind of like what we talked about with Denver. When we highlight Denver, are we highlighting them based on who they've played against, or are we just respecting what they've done? Because that's the argument with them. They're good on paper, but when you look at the quality of opponent, it's different. Joe Haig played well last week, but we knew the Packers D-line or their pass rush wasn't the strength for them at that point because of the injuries that they had. Yeah, man. But I probably still would go Haig, though.
Haig over Chooks?
I would go Haig just because I didn't see it look bad.
It did not.
Right. No. And I'm like, until I see it look bad, I will roll with the non-bad because we've already seen at times with Chooks, it can get really
From
bad
what I
at
remember
times.
In that Packers game, there's a player or two up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who it was exactly. Was it Green? Was it one of the guards? But the one that we got the fumble on, there was that. I think Dan Moore may have gotten burned a couple times. But
that's a nice way to put it, yes.
You're right. Like I just didn't see anything from Haig like that. I was
about to say, Rashawn Gary gave my man Dan Moore one of them rushes, and it gave me. every once in a while, like I'll see a dope pass rush, and I'm just like, yo, I love like I that's why I love rushing the passer. Like when I just see a guy just do it the right way. And man, Rashawn, man, it was actually in the play where he got the sack, man. He came through speed, power, inside move, convert, sack. I was over here like, Lord, I started getting tingly inside, man. You know, I'm a sucker for a good pass rush now.
Well, here's the other question then. Chuk's coming back, left tackle, because that was his initial position. That was his initial position that we were trying to start him at.
Yeah. Now, funny thing,
keep Haig right tackle, Chuk's left. Is that too bold of a call?
But can I sell
Recipe
you
for disaster potentially?
But can I sell you?
Is there another option
on a matchup?
Who?
Let me rewind the clock a little bit. The year's 2018. Chuks Okorafor gets his first start on the road in Denver because of an injury to our right tackle at the time, who was the outside linebacker that Chuks had to face that game. It was Von Miller, and it was good Von. That wasn't hurt Von. That was legit Von. That was good Von.
14 sacks that year.
Yes. And you know how many sacks he had that game against us, though. Yeah.
You know what I remember about that game, but yeah,
I know what you remember about that game.
If you're telling me zero, I'll believe you.
But Chuks did his thing. Chuks held his own. Now he had some help, but for a fact he held his own. So
He's got Miller's number.
Could I? Because we had this opportunity before when we talked about Cincinnati, right? We was like, hey man, we know we got Mason, who's undefeated every time he starts, and we know we got Benny Snell, and Jalen Samuel, but we didn't want to go there. I was like, all right, cool, I get it. We didn't want to go there. All right, fine, different position, cool, I got that. But now this one, baby. I mean, we already have seen Chuks have success against Von at right tackle as well. When Von was a better player and Chuks at the time was, I mean, you could say a worse player because he was young. That was his first start. He held his own. Part of me wants to see if that is true again.
The rematch.
I'm saying, man. Part of me.
Yeah, you could talk me into
It's
that.
not broke, don't fix it, right?
I do wonder,
he messed up well versus him.
I do wonder after seeing Haig against the Packers if they would just move Chuks to left tackle then. Because Moore's been struggling. And they say, oh, Chuks is better at left tackle. We saw in the preseason, though.
But I don't think Chuks is better at left tackle. I don't think I don't.
Chuks are more at left tackle right now.
I personally would rather keep Moore at left tackle than moving Chuks back to left tackle. But we have a dilemma because we don't have enough linemen right now, man. We got too many rights, not enough lefts.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I want to even talk about, hey, could we sign Mitchell Schwartz potentially?
He's another right.
But it's like Banner's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, we could give Banner a chance.
Right. We're going to have a ton of rights. We got a ton of rights asking them, can they play left now? That's what it's going to be. Yeah.
We thought Banner was initially going to be slated at left.
Yeah, I mean, when they
but he likes playing right. We've heard him in the interview and everything.
He said that multiple times.
Very much fit for right, but we thought this whole offseason with his contract and everything, all right, he's the next left tackle. But not the case right now. You're right. We have way too many right tackles.
Yeah, we have a ton of right tackles.
We'll see what happens. That'll be an interesting little strategy for the Steelers come game time.
Yeah, even though Dan Moore hasn't been the best, I just don't want to put Chuks back at left right now. I'm sorry.
You've seen enough.
If it looked like that in the preseason, we already talked about it. You're not facing those same killers in the preseason that you're going to face in the regular season. I don't want to see that.
You should have looked like how Banner looked in the preseason. Just solid.
He looked good. He looked
Came
good.
out.
It was like, all right, cool. He looked good. That's all I needed to see. Yeah. That's my only thing right now. But
what are you picking?
In terms of the O-line, let's see what y'all done said, man. Let me see what the chat
Here's the
said,
thing.
man.
I'm just saying they're gonna be hurt. Okay. If those two guards are out again, maybe one of them might come back. But I just like what I saw last week with our offensive line, and I think their success a little bit has to do with their matchups early on against those teams, but then also we saw what they looked like against the Ravens. Okay. It wasn't as good.
All right, well,
I think we might be trending in a much better direction.
Arrow pointed up there, man.
Right now, I don't know. It may be us here, them there. Maybe it's equal, but like it's gonna go like this game. We take the step up, they take the step down. That's the visual for you.
I needed them, man. All right, so Thomas Riley says Broncos O-line. Okay. After that, Jay Quest says this is a push for me at the moment. Okay. Then after that, we got Darius Mayo. Darius Mayo says Steelers O-line. All right.
Oh, we got someone.
Okay. Kenneth Beamer says I'm going with our O-line as well.
Martin F. Steelers O-line with some help. Chip away.
Okay. Chip, baby. Chip it up, chip it up.
Good Gentry over there.
Chip it up. I like it if we chip it now. I like it a lot if we chip it now. All right.
Here's a good one. I mean, this is a little bit what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Paris Moore, he says Denver till the Steelers do better.
Okay.
But if Denver's banged up, I think it's a little bit more equal than that. But I do think the Steelers will do better in this game. So
yeah. Rod Dallas says Broncos O-line. Eddie Harlow says their O-line as well. Thomas Riley says the Broncos O-line. Oh, man. For me, gosh. You know what, though? Broncos aren't healthy right now up front. So if I have to err, I will err on the side of health. So for me, I will go Steelers solely because they are the healthier group as we're doing this show on Wednesday. If this was Friday and, you know, the Broncos starting unit was all healthy,
two starters, but
then I'm changing. I'll switch it.
Yeah.
But right now, they aren't healthy. So if they're not healthy, we'll go Steelers. But if they are healthy, then, yeah, I would definitely go Broncos.
Because they look like that against the Ravens with two of their guys out.
Yes.
That's another thing.
Absolutely. Which you do bring up a good point right there.
If those guys are back, I'll give it to the Broncos, sure. Yeah. Because we haven't proven enough. But it's trending in the right direction. I do think that. I really do.
Yeah.
All right. That's O-line.
And Jerry3260, he says, Moats, can you gain 100 pounds and go play left tackle? Now, don't you start. Now, you know.
You got the form down.
What them hands look like, all right? You see these hands? You see that back, boy? Hey, all right. Try it. You want to. I'll flash out. Trap right there. Sometimes you got to flash that hand. I carry it low. Sometimes I show it, pull it back. All right. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't give up sacks either. Anywho, next position.
There's not one on your stat sheet, right?
There's not, man. I have 0 career sacks given up, man.
PFF has a good grade for you, for offensive tackle.
Like, you see what it look like. And I've had to block. I've definitely had to block before, man. I guess it in, man. All right. So that was O-line. Ooh, let's go tight ends.
Yeah.
This is spicy.
This one's easy, though. I mean, they got Noah Fant.
Okay, I was about to say, I said spicy because I didn't know how you was going to play it.
Nah. Yeah. We're not using Frymouth enough, and we know how we feel about Ebron. Despite those nice catches last week, he's tough to trust. Fant, he's like a nice overall player. Pretty much a stud. Like, if he could just... I was going to say, I thought he was hurt a little bit more, but he's got just a weird quarterback situation going on. Because last year, 673 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. This year, he's on a pretty decent pace. Like, he's a stud. Like, this should be his, like, big-time season. But now with the Drew Lock in and out, but, like, I don't know. They're going to target him a lot, whereas, like, we just don't use Frymouth enough to – because that's the case for us would be. Because I'm not putting – even if it was last year, I mean – middle of the season, you're taking Fant over Ebron. And I would say the same thing this year, but our case is, hey, we have Frymouth. That's like the X factor for our tight end position, but we're just not using them enough. And we got Gentry. Like, their backup dude, he ain't even that good either. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with them just because of Noah Fant, and we haven't utilized our tight ends enough. And Ebron, he's 50-50.
Yeah. That's a nice way to put it, man. And I'm glad you called him Ebron and not what everybody else calls him.
Nah, I ain't going that far.
Yeah, man. What did they call him again? I just didn't want to drop it.
I'll say it. They say E Booty.
He was catching last week, though, man. He was catching last week, bro.
He was.
Is he week to week with us?
It is. Yeah,
it's week to week.
Like, I'm more surprised by a catch.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Is that? I was about to say, I promise I felt the same way when we were sitting in that stadium. Every time he caught a pass, we look at each other like, he caught it. That's not good. We should not feel that way. Oh, my God. You're absolutely right.
Because you know what? Deontay Johnson, that stigma's erased right now.
Oh, no question.
He's catching everything.
Yeah, we was like, yeah, it's Deontay. What you thought he was
Ebron went
the
same direction, if not worse, from last season.
He said, if not worse. Lord.
Because at least sometimes he was making some good plays last year.
Yeah, he was.
He hasn't made the Bills game was nice. The one, but that was a simple catch. Whereas, like,
you say we have to, like, we're celebrating just like a basic.
That was a basic catch. Whereas the one in the Raiders game where Ben's running around out there, and he has to, like, dive a little bit. Like, we need that. That would have made up for at least one of the drops.
Right.
But he hasn't done that.
Yeah.
And you're right. Even the Packers one, it's like, bro, I mean, this is kind of a simple catch. It's kind of in traffic, but
like it really wasn't.
You gotta really talk yourself into it.
I'm like, bro, it's 4 yards. It's like, yo, you better catch this. And Ben put it right in your gut. Like, bro, what do you mean? If you drop that one, you need to be shot. Like, come on, man.
Someone's saying E-drop.
Oh, E-drop, man. I was thinking about eye drops, but maybe it is E-drop now. All right. So let's see. I said, which tight ends are you taking? Huh. Broncos tight end by Rod Dollar. Okay, I can see that. You said Broncos tight ends as well.
Yeah.
All right.
He poses a big mismatch too against us.
He does.
What he did against us last year, that's something we can't be overlooking this year.
Yeah.
He torched Devin Bush.
He definitely did. Now, Mark Tobin.
Even Minka Fitzpatrick, I think he had him.
Mm-hmm. Nobody remembers that, though. All right. Mark Tobin, though. Mark Tobin says he's taking the Steelers. He likes Pat Frymouth and Ebron.
I do, too, if we used Pat more. If we used him like we did the second half of that Raiders game, and he's getting, 7-8 targets a game, I think there is more of a case for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's close still because Fant, I think, is a bona fide starter.
Yeah.
Has that potential at least. They're just not using Frymouth enough. It's disappointing.
And Zeke Shazier says Broncos tight ends as well. He says, sorry, Deke. He said, we're just not proven right now in terms of our tight ends. I mean,
agree.
That's kind of what you said, too, yeah.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, man, honestly, I agree. Noah Fant, he is like that. He is all world for a reason. I mean, he is going to be that next generation of stud tight ends, right? You talked about your George Kittles, your Travis Kelce's, your Zach Ertz. He's the next wave. He's the next guy. Start that group, man. He's dynamic in terms of being able to catch everything, can run every route. Like I said, man, it doesn't matter if you patching him up, linebackers or safety. He's a problem. They know how to use him. But like you said, for him, man, he has quarterback issues right now. If Drew Lock is out there, man, I feel bad for that dude. Teddy Two Gloves, he gonna be all right.
Drew Lock's still gonna target him though.
Oh, no question he is.
Like he still might have a good game because of that.
Yeah,
but he might be the only one that hits like 90 yards, where the rest of the receivers are like 30 yards, 20
max.
Yards.
Yes. So for me, man, I'll go Broncos just because Noah Fant is that guy. Regardless of the quarterback issues, like you said, he's gonna get his targets. And unfortunately, I just don't know how much we're gonna target ours right now. I understand and I do anticipate potentially seeing a little bit more of a change offensively, right? Not personnel related, but in terms of just the style of it because of how this week has went, right? The questions that have been brought up in terms of play calling, in terms of Ben, in terms of do you even keep Ben at quarterback, right? Those type of things. I do think that they are going to come out and have somewhat of an identity. We're going to be able to identify early on in this thing where we're like, all right, this is their new thing. This is what they're trying to do. And I don't anticipate it looking the same. I don't, man. Just because knowing Coach Tomlin and knowing Seven, when they start feeling like that, like how this week's been for them, man, they're not accustomed to that. That's not normal for them. They not going to just sit here and come up with the same exact plan next week. It will be different. And if highlighting tight ends is something that obviously we've been talking about, they've definitely been seeing that as well. That's my only thing. I'm like, I do think we will see more of a focus with that. I do. I'm still going Noah Fant, though.
Yeah,
still going Broncos tight ends, but I just want to throw it out there. I don't think it's going to look like how it's been looking this week.
Yeah. Receivers. Oh, this one's easy. We had some tough receiver matchups the last couple weeks.
No, we're good here.
But now, this one's
Claypool's
too
back too,
easy.
Man. So he's practiced. Yeah.
Is he limited or full?
I didn't see the full list, but I know he definitely practiced.
I could check real quick.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm on it. Yep. He is limited. Juju limited too. Trey Turner illness limited.
At least I'm with the COVID.
Cam Hayward limited. Come on. He's playing. Cam Sutton growing though.
Yeah, that was listed after.
And Kevin Dawson with the hip flex. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, and then because Ben's listed with a hip as well.
Yeah, he got the hip now too.
At least it's not growing though.
Right.
Or maybe the hip is growing. Is the hip growing a little bit? Maybe it's growing together.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, it's a little disappointing with some of these injuries. Limited, this and that. I do think Cam Sutton might be out. Even Dawson, I don't know. With do not practice, with how they left last game. Claypool though, Juju,
Dodson
Trey, and Hayward.
Dawson's the one I'm definitely most concerned with probably right now.
Okay.
I get
Chooks still play too.
Yeah, I'll get an update for you. I get an update.
Oh, nice for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I should. By the time we got the show, I should have something.
This show.
Yeah, by the time we do our show, I should have something. No, something.
Thursday show. Beginning of it. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
First topic.
I ain't say first time, but I should have something.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll see what I can do. Because I do want to know a little bit more about. I haven't been into the office this week because Monday they switched us.
Put on the reporter hat.
Then today I was gone. I was at the event, so it was like I've been away. Haven't had a chance to make the calls I need to make and stuff like that. Okay. But I got you. We will get some info. We'll get some info, man.
Nice.
Yeah, because I definitely saw that with Cam, and I was surprised by that. But yeah, the one that I really need to know is Dotson. I'm like, what's that looking like right now?
It'll be Finney then.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I don't hate that because I tell you what, Finney is still a good player. Finney is the offensive equivalent to Chris Wormley. Think of Finney in J.C. Hassenauer as offensive lines Chris Wormley. Not going to be great. They're not going to give you the high-end splash, but they can get you out of a game 100%. So, yeah, B.J. Finney being out there, that's not going to concern. That's not going to make me feel nervous about that. Like he'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, so
and that's my dude too, man. Shout out to Swaggy B, because I call him Swaggy B because we won fashion shows together. Still at fashion shows, really? Right? Yeah, he got a drip, man. He went out with the cowboy, he had the big boots, he had the big like old school Steelers like Letterman jacket, like because he was like a kid Steeler fan, like diehard. Yeah, so he had like all this drip. It was a vibe. Yeah, come on, man. But we won as like the fan because I had like the kid who was all like it was coordinated suit. You know how we do. Shout out the wife. Yeah, not even me. Wifey's the stylist out here, man.
Was there only one winner or multiple?
Oh, that year we did two. It was one was like as a family one, and then one was like the individual. Yeah, but nice. In the past they've done one-offs because like my kids have won it multiple times now. Yeah, because they wifey.
Oh, so you're just killing the fan one.
Wifey have it right. Wifey get it. Fan wise, wifey gonna have us looking the part. You feel me? We're gonna look like a unit.
Okay.
We got this team concept down. Like her, her folks is all hoopers, so she know basketball and team concept. You know me, I'm big football team, so we bring it together. It's like Moats on 3. Let's go. All right, we in uniform. All right, what color we wearing, boo? So yeah, that's why I was trying to dress like you. It's my shorts match your pants today.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What are these? These are like khaki.
This ain't my first rodeo, baby. Team. All right, team.
Yeah. So but we both agree on receipt. That's not even a question.
Yes, we do, man. We do. All right.
Running back. This one's kind of interesting.
Ooh. Yeah, let me see, because I did put in the chat. Yeah, it definitely looks like everybody was taking our wide receivers as
that one's
well.
Dude, honestly though, if they had Judy and Hamler and
that would make it different. That would make it
definitely would be, because Judy, he was looking crazy in that week 1.
He was, bro. He definitely was
on pace. So like he could have been going off this season. Like he could have been like cause Sutton's he's already proven to be a stud. He made a Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they would have had a really nice receiving core if they were fully healthy, but that's just not where they're at right now.
Yeah, but I'm looking through the chat. Looks like everyone definitely is saying Stills wide receivers, and they also are agreeing that they're cool with BJ Finney at guard. Someone's even asking why hasn't BJ gotten some opportunities, because we obviously said at times Dotson hasn't been playing the best.
Yeah, I thought he'd be playing better too this year.
Yeah,
but this is where we're at. So Denver RBs versus Steeler RBs.
This is interesting. Javonte Williams, the running back that we have been eyeing out of UNC, right? Potentially one of the guys we thought about drafting, of the big 3. We said Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne. I mean, it was a point where you even said that Javonte Williams was the best of the group. I remember you telling me that.
I didn't go there. Yeah. I know I was close. I was close. I was, but I stuck with saying like, hey, I picked Najee at the beginning. I'm just going to stick with that because, dude, I did like what I was seeing from Javonte Williams and some of the highlights that I was grinding.
Bro, he's been
not the tapes, the highlights.
I respect your highlight game, but I cut that tape on. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he
got a run against Baltimore. It probably was on the highlights. He gets hit, breaks one tackle, breaks another, drag. He's like a 20-yard run. I'm like,
and he's got that speed too.
But he's thick. He's like a slim Maurice Jones-Drew. He's like a fit version of a muscular.
Yeah, he's got some juice and everything.
He looks good, man.
He does look good. But
him and Gordon, they complement each other well, I think.
Yeah. I would. It's just tough because
have they had a 100-yard rusher this season?
Oh, definitely combined.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty good on the ground.
Have we had one combined?
Hold on, I got both their stats up right now. So Melvin Gordon, he hit 101 yards himself in week 1.
Okay.
But yeah, combined, it looks like
they've been over 100 every game, correct?
It looks like they've been around that. I don't know if there's a third running back, but Melvin Gordon had
two that matter, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just read them off real quick. Melvin Gordon had 31, 60, and 56 in Jacksonville Jets, Ravens. So those were the last 3. I'm not going to include Giants because Gordon already hit 101. There's probably a stat I could just look up, team rushing stats. Yeah. But anyway, Javonte then had 64, 29, 48. So when you add those up, those are all right around 100. Yeah, right there. So and then, like I said, I don't even know if there's a third running back. They're getting the ball a little bit.
And we haven't crossed the century. What Najee's most is 70 in the game, right?
I think it was last game. Did he get 70? He might have got 60.
I thought he got to 70, right? Please tell me he got to 70.
I think it's 60. I got him 70.
Up because the over/under was at 51. And we know he got the over, but I think it was at 70.
If I had to bet, I'm not looking.
I hope it's like 72. Please be like 72
I'm betting,
yards.
It was 15 carries. It was like 60 something. It was like 60 something. What are you saying?
72. You're saying 72 yards.
62 yards.
Dang,
yeah, 15 for 62.
I knew it was a 2. Dang, God, that sucks.
He's got that 102 receiving though.
Yeah,
against the Bengals. I'm gonna because the case for Najee is the offensive line. Like, he's done more with less. Broncos played some shitty teams. They've had a better offensive line.
But they've produced
outside of that Ravens game. Yeah, combined, both Gordon and Williams have produced better than Najee Harris. Man. And even you could even make the case individually, just Melvin Gordon versus Najee Harris. But then when you add Javonte Williams.
I like Javonte a lot,
dude.
bro.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm. This one's a close one for me, but I do have written down Broncos, so I'm going to stick with that.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You surprised the heck out of me, man. Have you turned over a new leaf, bro? What's going on with you?
There's a case for Najee.
Where have you come from? Are you okay? Did I leave you? Is this Deke or is this Eric? Who's here today?
No.
You sure?
I think I got us. I mean,
I just never seen.
Maybe I need to balance it out. Man. Maybe I need to balance it out when I said our offensive line over there.
I just never seen this before. You were like, I really thought you was gonna just say Najee because it's Najee. Like, and I can understand you saying it because him by himself.
There's a case.
Yeah, him by himself. If we're talking about who's the more talented player, we would all agree that Najee is more talented than Javonte, more talented than Melvin. Which was why when we drafted him, we took him instead of Javonte. And we were fine with it. We were like, all right, cool. Like, let's roll with it. But for me, when I look at the Broncos, and you see
they run a lot more,
they run a lot more, but they run more because they're good at it. Yeah. I mean, they get good movement up front, and both of those backs, first off, both of those backs can be the starter by themselves. Melvin Gordon, he started before. He's been a starter in this league, right? And even though I'm not the biggest, fan of his game, I still think he's a really good player. And I do think Najee has closed the gap because Najee is super talented, but I don't think Najee has produced to the extent that Melvin has. And we, already know how I talk about that when I'm saying, man, a young guy we're looking at his potential versus a guy that has already been in his league and doing it and still doing it. Melvin meets that criteria. Melvin has been to the Pro Bowl. He's been a dominant guy. He's been the starter at running back for multiple years, and he's still producing. So that would have been the first one I would have went Broncos. But then when you add Javonte, dude, you watch Javonte, like you said, man, Javonte look good, man.
Yeah.
Javonte don't look like a backup running back. He looks like a starter. He looks like, it kind of reminds me of watching J.K. Dobbins with Melvin, Mark Ingram. Yeah, it was like Mark was a starter, but we knew J.K. was that guy. Yeah. And watching them, it's like Melvin's a starter, but Javonte, he's about to be that guy. Like, it's clear. Yeah. So for me, when I see that they have two guys like that, and we just have one in terms of Najee, I gotta go Broncos because they got the 2-piece right there.
Yeah.
But let's see what the people are saying though, man.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one.
All right. So right now, Miguel 714 says Pittsburgh. Eddie Howe says he's going Denver. Zeke Shazier says, no, I've seen enough. Najee all the way. Money bags.
Because he does have the receiving yards. He has more yards from scrimmage than both, than either Melvin Gordon individually and also Javonte Williams individually, but obviously when you stack them both together. So yeah, I mean, I could see the case for Najee. I could see it, but yeah, when you combine both Broncos running backs, like if it was just Melvin Gordon and there was no production from a second back, Javonte Williams, then I'd probably lean Najee Harris. I probably would, especially considering our O-line and what he was able to do. Not only just rushing and breaking tackles, making things out of nothing, but then that receiving game against the Bengals and what he's been doing in the receiving game in general. I mean, that gives him a little bit of a head up. But
now, Jay Quest said he's rolling with Denver because of our O-line. He said our O-line is terrible, and that will play a factor in this game also. I mean,
because they were still able to run the ball against the Ravens.
Right, that's the
week.
thing. Healthy or not, they still can move the rock running the ball, and they are just more committed to it. Whereas with us, I mean, we talk about it every week. We do not run the ball. We don't.
They run it like 25, 30 times a game.
Right. Even though I think our player is better, we don't utilize him to that extent. You know what I mean? Whereas they're going to use those two guys. We're going to see a good, heavy dosage of those guys. And that ultimately is why Teddy Bridgewater has been able to play better also, has minimized his exposure to negativity. He's not having to throw the ball a ton. He's able to stick with that running game, pick his shots, play action pass, things like that. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, so we're getting now, a little bit of a mixed bag here.
Yeah, Martin F. says Steelers and Najee if they use Derek White. I agree, but we don't use him. I mean, his production, his usage went up though in terms of Derek White. I think he had 7 plays
last week.
Past game. Yeah, that's a step in the right direction, I guess.
I didn't even notice him out there.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying, man.
That's even with me rewatching the game.
All right, I'm just like, he's like, we don't use him. Like, we don't, our running game right now.
It looked good against the Packers though. Like
at times, yeah. But did you ever watch that game and say, man, I feel like we're committed to the running game right now? Outside of that opening drive, I personally didn't.
The weirdness was the halftime stuff, I think.
Yes.
Because
it was like, what?
Before going into half, they got that swing in their favor with the field goal block, and then we were down 7 points, and then they got the ball coming out of half. We couldn't really stop them. So, like, they got up, and I just think the game flow changed a little bit.
But should we be have, though?
That's the question. That is the question. I would like us to run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah. It's almost like, man, if we get behind 2 scores or 10 points, we're going to panic. It's like, you don't have to.
But it seems like that's what we're doing.
Right,
we're just avoiding the run, especially in that game, because the running game was working. Any of the others, I can understand it because it's just like a wasted play, it felt like.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe this is something you just look back on like, we were doing good things. Like, we got to stick with that. That's because it wasn't really happening in those first 3.
If it's going to be any week, this is the week. This is the week. Bro.
I feel it.
This is the week, man. All right. So we did running backs, did O-line, we did receivers, we did tight ends. Now it's time to get to the glory position, baby. Quarterback. All right. So before we talk, I will just go ahead and start putting this in the chat right now. Which QB? I'll even spell it out so that way it's no confusion. Which quarterback are you taking? Moment of truth for the people in the chat. All right.
Are people questioning what my answer is going to be? Are they on pins and needles?
Everybody's on pins and needles right now, man. I've already seen a Mason drop. That's all I'm saying, bro. Okay. So we're all over here trying to see what we're going to go with today at quarterback. Are we and we can do it 2 ways. If we want, we could do Teddy Two Gloves and we could do Drew Lock.
Sure.
So you got options.
Sure.
Okay. Because I'm a man of the people. And I know you're a man of the people as well. I had to turn my seat around. I wanted to look you in the eyes to make sure we was on, you know what I mean? Well, make sure I want a accord. Ooh, so you want me to read these off first?
I'm seeing a lot of good things in the chat.
Or do you?
Shout out to the chat.
All right, so here we go then. In the case of which quarterback are the people taking? The people said Javon Kinley, Broncos. Rich Rasmussen.
Oh, damn.
He's going Ben. He's going Ben over Andrew. Ben over Locke. Eddie Howe. He says he's going Denver. Let's see. Young Rico. I'm taking Drew Lock for sure. Kenneth Beamer. Big Ben. All caps. Hunt emoji. Ton of hunt emojis. All right. Bart Basquiato. He says he's taking Duck over Drew Lock. All right. Fair enough. We wish we had Duck. An unpopular opinion is asking for Mason. Justin Dubs says, can we get Josh, as in Dobbs? And then Big Fro Luda says, can we get Haskins out there? No, we're not getting those guys. Ben's the quarterback this week. Wesley Kamara says, Ben. All right, we back. Gary Thornton, he goes, Broncos. Man, Trina still Diva 5. You know, she always holding it down for us.
What's she doing? She hurting me.
She love you, Deke. She said Big B. BB, Big Ben. All right. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, this is low-key kind of... I'm surprised that the young Rico really put Drew Caps with a master lock emoji. He went emoji on you. God, dog. That's like he really, really liking it. And Trina still D with 5. Yes, Teddy Bridgewater is currently in the concussion protocol. Now, there is a chance that he will play on Sunday, but it's looking like they won't know until later in the week, probably Saturday, Friday time frame, or even Sunday morning deciding. Okay, so
right.
That's the situation with him right now. All right, Chase Greaves says Denver if Teddy Bridgewater plays.
Jeremy Coakley's just, wow. He's saying Tebow.
Whoa. Bruh.
He's got to be that guy.
Wow. Now, young Poppy Bonito says large Benjamin. I'm down with that. I'm down with large Benjamin.
Oh, yeah. So my pick, we know what I'm going to say. I'm taking 7. This is going to be a big
either
game.
Quarterback, correct?
Yeah, either one.
Okay.
Either one. 7's going to prove that he's still the lead quarterback in this league, this game. He's going to prove all the people that are doubting him wrong. Stat-wise, I got a good feeling about this game. I got a good feeling.
You said that last week.
I did. But
so you said it the week before, too. And the week before that. And the week before. I'm sorry.
Those games, I like those games. I like what I saw. We got the win, right?
We did get the win, and he made the throws he needed to make.
In the second half.
He made the throws he needed to make. That's all I'm saying. Make the throws you got to make. Yeah.
I like that. I like that Bills performance.
I ain't gonna lie. We can get that every week from 7. I'm with it, bro.
Well, the line
he makes the throws. He made the throws he made.
The line was worse then.
Yeah.
So if we could combine more of the running game, what we saw in the Packers game, a little bit of that clutchness in the Bills game.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice for the Steelers, and I'm saying he hits the pass that one or two of the passes that everyone's criticizing.
Okay.
He hits those. He hits the seam pass, whether it's the Claypool, whether it's the Juju. That happens. We're going crazy. A la 2015 Steelers versus Broncos.
That was nuts.
Yeah, that's gonna happen this week.
We're gonna both games were crazy, bro. Both of them.
Well, I'll save this for my prediction, but I just think Ben comes out, has a really good game.
Okay.
People talk about injured Ben. Double injured Ben.
Double injured Ben. Oh, that's crazy.
The last time I mean, it's probably happened way more, but the time I do remember, what was it, 2010? The whole Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
The broken nose.
Oh, yeah.
His foot was all jacked up, too.
I remember that. You know,
he had it all taped up and shit. So that was double injured Ben right there.
We took a little bit of pride in that. The foot. That was our game. We took a little pride in that. It was like, you know, he might have beat us, but
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was. I thought, because I got a picture of it. We low key like all on him, and it was like 5 of us, and we was like, yo, it's no way he just got up like it was nothing. So when we found out, because we didn't know during the game he was hurt. When we found out after the game that at least his foot got hurt, was like, okay, at least we did something against this dude, because that was one of them games where you're just like, yo, how many times we gonna hit this cat? And he just shrugs us off and throws it like it's nothing. Like, I couldn't stand it. It was crazy. That's why 7-7 though. But yeah, so this is the game for him though, huh?
Ben, you're right. Ben's not settling for this. Tomlin's not settling for this. We're 1-3. We're getting back in this playoff mix.
All right.
Season's not over. He said in his interview, we're not giving up. Tomlin has said similar things too. We got to right the ship here. I'm excited about it, actually. I'm really excited about this game.
Okay. For me, man, I look at it 2 ways. If Drew Lock is at quarterback for the Denver Broncos, I go Ben Roethlisberger, because for me, Drew Lock, the issues that he has are related to sometimes seeing the field, sometimes reading the coverages, I feel like, as well. And even though he's definitely the more talented quarterback right now in terms of his arm strength and stuff like that, I just don't think he's consistent enough. Now, granted, I can say similar things about 7, which I've already said, but it's something about with 7, right? In terms of when his back is against the wall, in terms of when he has one of those weeks where, like it is this week, where every single person has really questioned him, right? I've seen that before with him. I've seen when he feels like his back is against the wall, he comes out and is different. Now, I don't know how different that's going to be, but I do feel like it will be different. It will be a different version of him this week. Now, like I said, that's solely because of how this week has went for him. Now, I don't know how long that lasts. Okay. I don't know how long it lasts, but for this week, I do anticipate it being a little bit different. And I don't think that the Broncos are going to be able to create the pressure on him that he's accustomed. And now we know with 7, he is not always pressure related, that he struggles. We get that because you look at the stats. It hasn't always been pressure related, but I don't anticipate him continuing to miss the wide open downfield shots. And I think that's the part that's the difference between him and what I see with Drew Lock right now.
I was going to say, I think the running game gets going this one too.
It should. It should.
We had 62 last. I think
it should.
Whatever it is, I think the number's going to keep going up a little bit because Seahawks defense is kind of ass.
When I watch the Broncos, the strength of opponent is legitimate. It is. You watch them on tape. It is legitimate. It makes you question that. But at the same time, we still have our questions, and I definitely understand that. That's why, like, I do think that the running game is in the right direction.
It's gonna be better than 62. That's why. Whether it's 63, whether it's 70.
Okay. I just didn't know you were saying like the century mark.
I'm not gonna say 100. I think we do run the ball a little bit more this game, and I think it just feeds off what we were doing last week a little bit. Okay. That's what I'm thinking.
Got you. That's what I was trying to figure. I'm like, man, I think it's getting in the right. I just don't think it's gonna be one of those ones where we're like, oh yes, it's finally where we wanted to be. We got 150 on the ground. Like, I don't think it'd be there.
That might happen in Seattle or against Seattle.
Well, Seattle's there. Yeah, you watch that. But this has been going on for them now for a couple years as well, right? They're not the same defense right now.
He pulled up some stat.
Yep.
I had it on in the background. Seahawks defense over the past like 4 or 5 years.
Is not
the yards per game has just escalated continually.
When Cam got hurt, Earl Thomas left, Sherman was in and out. That's when it really started to fall apart. Then from there, when Bennett left, Averill obviously retired. Pass rush really wasn't the same either. And that's where you start to see that full thing. And that's why I always kept saying to you, I'm like, I'm a Russ guy. I like what Russ can do. But at the same time, it's like that Legion of Boom, like, I don't think it gets talked about enough because it's night and day, man. When you like when they were doing what they were doing, man, like that team just looked way different to me, man. In terms of like, yeah, you know, Russ can do what he does, but like legitimate, you know, that they are going to be in that dance. They're going to be in that conversation. Like, I don't feel like that right now with them. I think Russ can make it interesting, but I don't think, they're going to coming out the NFC. I just don't believe it, man. But with that being said, though, man, getting back to us.
So you said Ben over Drew Lock?
I like Ben over Lock. But now I got to think about Ben over coming out of a concussion protocol, potentially no practice, Teddy Bridgewater. That's also different because if this is Teddy, regular week Teddy, I'll go that version of Teddy just because of what we've seen from Ben this season. But that's not the Teddy that we're getting. We're getting the Teddy that played 2 quarters last week and is in the concussion protocol. I've been very fortunate. I've never had to be in the concussion protocol. Concussion protocol.
They just weren't doing it.
But for the people that chill out, man. I ain't that old, bro. Stop.
Really?
Listen.
Yeah, I guess that was around the time 2010 they started cranking up the concussion stuff.
Actually, it was 11 because we had the lockout. It was after the lockout. Okay. All right. But my first year, you're right. They did not care about concussions. There was not an independent neurologist. We had never heard that term before until the lockout happened. Then they came back with this concussion doctor. It was like, all right, cool. We got it, bro. Shout out to you. But either way, I've never had to be in that protocol. But from people that have had to, be in that protocol, have had to deal with concussions, they said typically you're still feeling a little fuzzy. I know guys I talk to directly, and it's like, yo, you're cleared out the protocol. And I'm talking to them on Saturday, and they're like, bro, I'm still not there. And then they go out there on Sunday, and they're playing. And you're like, bro, this is nuts. So with that being said, with this being Teddy coming in from that situation, I'm going to go with a non-concussed Ben over a coming from concussion Teddy Bridgewater. Because I know people go, oh, man, Teddy, man, you saw Bridgewater. I know how he's playing, but that's not the Bridgewater that's here right now. That's not. So I take 7 over both of those guys, but I had to give you the caveat to let you understand why. So either way, we're on the same page here, though.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now we're good. Yes, and no, there were no leather helmets. Okay, big Fro Luda, stop that. Okay, and no Mark Tobin. We weren't smoking anything to get us back in the game after concussions. That was Jack Lambert in them era. They would smoke cigarettes. Actually, Peasy, Joey Porter told me this, man. He said when he first came in the league, because they were still over at Three Rivers, he said, man, they had ashtrays still in the lockers.
Oh wow.
I said, bro, you wow. And I was like, yo, you old. I was like, you was playing when it was ashtrays, like. That's probably when you would fly and it was like ashtrays on the plane. Like, dude, you old. Like, I'm not that old. Okay. Did I play in the league when Peasy was in the league? Sure, but I am not that old. Yes.
So those are our positional breakdowns then, huh?
That is.
We good for the game then? Oh, score predictions then. That's the last thing.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything we missed. I don't think there's anything we missed though.
We can go returners. Deontay Spencer versus Ray McLeod.
Oh man, I don't. Even special teams too.
You don't remember Spencer. You don't remember Deontay. Yeah.
Oh no,
he was
the preseason,
here, bro. Yeah, I like him, man.
I was surprised we cut him.
Yeah, I liked him, man.
I don't know what's he done with them because Ray's still he's still doing good.
This year he hasn't run one back.
Well, he's hurt though too, right?
Last year was when he ran one back. He's questionable right now though.
Harvin hasn't been punting good, dude.
I know. It's weird. It's almost like.
And I think Barry's the best in the league right now. I think he is, like statistically and everything. Like he might make a Pro Bowl.
He has the longest punt too.
Yeah,
he has like a 70. It's either 60 something. It's either crazy 60 or 70, bro. Yeah, he has like a nasty one. But
you were telling us though. You told us after Harvin got the job. You're like, bro, he didn't like win the job though.
But yeah, it wasn't that. It was just. We're gonna do some business here. All right, we see this the future. Like we like your potential, and I get that. And with Barry, it was all right. This is the most consistent you've looked, but we have the wounds still. It's kind of like if you keep cheating and then you start saying, "All right, I'm sorry, you be a good guy." They still gonna think you cheating.
Yeah. Because if you're
the residual still there.
If you cut Harvin and then Barry looks amazing preseason, offseason, and all this, and then he reverts back to what he's been doing, which actually wasn't bad. Like he's still a solid punter though. There are the random ones, but Harvin's giving us that right now. Yeah. He's giving us the 20-yard punter, so a couple times.
Absolutely, man.
So yeah, that sucks. That sucks so far. Boswell, he's always Boswell though. I don't even know who their kicker is, to be honest with you. They used to have McManus. He was always solid.
Got him. No,
no way, really?
Yeah.
Is he still on the roster?
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
Well, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been there for a minute. Yeah, heck
I'll take Boz at Hines over him, though.
Boz is at a 56-yarder. You think I'm picking anybody other than Boz right now? You sleep.
I don't know.
And he went 52 last week. What we talking about, man? He said barely. He still hit, though.
He did.
He still hit. That's all that matters.
Yeah, 52. Those conditions, a little drizzly.
56, 52 on the road, both in tough stadiums to kick into. Like, come on, man. I gotta show love to my dog Boz, man.
McManus is, yeah, he's 100% so far.
McManus nice though. What's his long though?
Let's see.
Cause he nice.
For this year, he hasn't been tested. Only 47.
Oh,
he's 100% though.
Okay.
Long for a career, he's got a 58 from last year.
Oh yeah, that 58 different. Never mind.
And then a bunch of like mid 50s. But yeah,
no,
he's got a boot. Denver atmosphere helps.
No, I was about to say 58 is not 58. I get 58. Where was that 58 at though? Because if that was at home, that's like a 55.
It's got to be at home.
It's got to be.
I'm not going to go to.
Actually, that's why I'm like. I feel like that's at the crib, man. He's no Justin Tucker. He ain't here for 66.
I'm kind of interested.
I need to know where I was from though, bro. Because that's a monster of a kick.
Let me see.
It had to be at the crib, right?
I'm trying.
58 for the cash.
Oh, man, it doesn't pop up on the game logs like that.
What you mean?
It just shows field goal made, field goal attempted.
It doesn't show the long, though?
Not on the game logs.
Bruh, we're going to need to know this. All right.
He was 6 for 6 against New England last year, though.
Yeah. I feel like that had to be in Denver,
I can't find the game log.
It had to be in Denver. We're just going to assume it was in Denver.
Yeah, I think that's
you know what they say, when you assume, man, that means you're going to get it right. So, yeah, we're just going to assume that was in Denver. It had to be. Google McManus 58-yard field goal.
I think that's how you got to probably type in. Yeah, it's orange jerseys.
There we go. It was in Denver. I feel better now. Boss. Yes. I'll go with our special teams unit then, man, because I do like Boz over McManus. And I like our return guy right now because Ray is healthy.
It was in Denver.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm like, dude, Boz hit from 58 in Denver. If he's hitting from 56 at Hines, he can hit from 58 in Denver because it's comparable like that. Yeah, thin air, the altitude, man. I've seen it. I witnessed it, man.
Our special teams look pretty deep. Obviously, with the field goal block, they got robbed.
Absolutely.
And then the punt block week 1.
They create splash now. Danny Smith. That's all we're saying. Danny. I've been saying this since week 1. Danny Smith. Actually, I've been saying this for a long time. Danny Smith. People don't like.
Yeah, him. I haven't been the biggest fan of him.
I'm always trying to get people like, yo, it's Danny Smith, man. Just, hey, yo, it's Danny Smith. Danny Smith, man. Danny know what he's doing. I like Danny. So with that being said, I'm definitely going with the Steelers special teams unit, man. Ray McLeod healthy over Deontay Spencer, who is questionable. Even though I think both of those guys are very legitimate return men, I just like Ray right now since he is more healthy. Like I said, McManus versus Boz. I'm rolling with my dog. My dog hot right now. He on a hot streak. So until otherwise, I'm rolling with Boz. And if anyone got something to say about Boz, y'all come talk to me. All right? Come talk to me. Yeah.
Works for me. I'll go with our special teams too.
It's time for them predictions then, man.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually, let me make sure I drop this in the chat first because we always drop ours first. And it's like, oh, no.
Sure. You want me to type it?
I got it.
You got it? Well,
even though it is funny, I'm seeing something going on in the chat, or at least a glimpse of it, and it kind of sparked my mind for something, man.
What?
So I was seeing them bring up like different names like Shannon Sharp, Elway, Terrell Davis, and kind of based off like what you do with Madden. I was like, man, who do you think has the better all-time team between the Steelers and the Broncos?
It's got to be us with the defense for sure.
Because I'm trying to think, who would their all-timers be? Bill Romanowski, Von Miller, obviously. Which corners you go with?
Would DeMarcus Ware be in it, maybe?
He would have to be. He had a 15 out there.
Yeah, he played good when he was out. He was obviously, I don't want to say past his prime. Maybe it was lower end prime, but he still played really good. He definitely did
his thing there, man.
Well, they have Champ Bailey.
Damn, they do got Champ.
We got like Rod Woodson. We got Mel Blount.
Yeah.
Like our linebackers are loaded.
Because I'm trying to think, their best linebackers. And
safeties, Palomalu. We probably have like Palomalu, Donnie Shower, so
who
Palomalu, Parnell Lake.
For Denver then, safety wise, man, I gotta pull up their.
Oh, they got Atwater.
That's
Steve
what
Atwater.
Steve
He made the
Hall
of
Famer. Yeah, Steve, Champ Bailey. This is
who would their other safety be? Brian Dock. He was late in his career though. He still played good for them.
I would
John
ask
Lynch
though,
probably.
I would ask. Yeah, John Lynch definitely, but I would ask like with Brian Dawkins, would you consider him Denver the same way?
You would do it for Madden just because all it takes is one season with the team.
Because like with Rod Woodson, I would say like where we classify him here, where we classify him in Baltimore. Then.
But like if we're doing just for talking purposes, I think you'd have to take the majority portion of their career that they played on that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like John Lynch. When did he play?
He went to Tampa.
Was he Tampa first, then Denver?
I think he was Tampa first, then Denver, if I remember correctly. Because he was down there when they won the Super Bowl and everything like that.
But his stint with Denver still might be good enough to make his Denver, the Denver all-time team. Yeah, he was Tampa first. Oh, wait, Denver, yeah, he was like 33 in Denver.
Yeah.
But that still might be good enough. I mean, he made 4 Pro Bowls in a row out there. He was a stud.
Dude, that's interesting though, man.
Who's their offense? They would have really good receivers, huh?
They got Elway, McCaffrey. Oh no, they got a couple. What's the cat?
They go Rod Smith.
Rod Smith, yeah.
Shannon Sharp at tight end.
Got to be Shannon. Yeah. Got to go Uncle Shay. Come on now.
Julius Thomas is their second tight end, maybe.
Tebow might be the quarterback. Which running back? Now you go Terrell Davis running back.
Clinton Portis will be in the mix.
Backup, yeah. Shoot, they even had Monty Ball.
Oh,
no Sean Marino. They had all them dudes in there was bowling, man. Stop it, man.
Monte Ball was the biggest fantasy bust of all time. He was the biggest fantasy bust because he was their first round pick, and they got rid of Moreno. So he was the next guy up. Yeah. I think this was his second year, and you're like, oh, Peyton Manning's offense. If you're just a breathing running back and just out there healthy, you are going to be a stud. He was terrible. And C.J. Anderson started balling off.
You're right.
That's what happened. He was the sleeper.
But you brought up a quarterback.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning. Is he? Because he won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah.
He won a chip with them. That's kind of when we talk Brady.
Nah, you'd go Elway though. I think Elway's Denver career.
Who you think's the better quarterback between those two?
in their time periods.
That's
what I'm saying. In general, yeah, you take Peyton Manning, but
if I'm a Denver fan, I'm claiming Peyton. We want a chip. That's what I'm saying.
You could do that. I mean, Colts would claim him for their all-time team.
I think they would. Yeah.
But
I think he's allowed to be on both, kind of like with Brady. I think Brady is legitimately allowed to be on both because he won a ring with both. When you win that ring, that's different.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, Brady. He just literally had to play one season, and he's on the Bucs all-time team for sure. Yeah. I mean, they haven't had. I mean, Brad Johnson. He wasn't anything when they won.
Yeah.
You're taking Peyton stint in Denver over Elway?
I wouldn't though. Because Elway went, he went back to back. Well, he didn't go back to back, but he won 2 of them.
He won 2 at the end.
Yeah, it was 2. Yeah.
But like his career, from what I know,
in Denver, yeah. But Peyton set the record though. Think about it. That was Peyton's second year in Denver when he said, was it the 50? Was it 55 touchdown passes or whatever? Yeah, that was the second year in Denver.
You got Elway at any time that Elway prime, because I think the big knock with him not winning was the team around him. Like he made like 5 or 6 AFC championships,
because that's when people started to question, was it him or not?
Yeah. I think you'd go Elway for the Broncos team.
In terms of Denver, yeah. Even though Manning,
I wonder who's their other receivers. I mean, I'm thinking Rod Smith. I mean, does Demaryius Thomas make it?
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
There's probably one person. I
got Ed McCaffrey. Ed McCaffrey's in there.
I think Demaryius Thomas has to be in that. I mean, he was a stud.
So Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith, Demaryius Thomas, maybe. Then those are the 3. That's a light 3 though. They light.
That's what I'm saying. What do we got? We got AB,
bro. We got.
I throw Martavis in there for one game.
Stallworth and Swan.
I throw Martavis in there for one game. Santonio.
They bring it up. Santonio Hines. Brandon Marshall. That's who it is. That's who I keep forgetting.
Oh, Brandon Marshall.
Yes. Brandon Marshall, and they bring it up Emmanuel Sanders, but Brandon Marshall for a fact is the
Sanders.
guy.
Sanders maybe is your 4th or 5th.
Right, but Brandon Marshall for a fact is there. That's the other guy. Yeah. Because that's what he was getting hundreds on hundreds. Him, who was the quarterback out there at the time? Was that Jay Cutler? Yeah, it was Cutler at
a little bit.
Yeah, and then when Cutler went to Chicago, that's when Marshall came like a year or 2 later.
They traded him to the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. He had a couple stints with Chad Henne, and then he got traded up to Chicago because him and Jay Cutler were like best related. Like they knew each other. They had a good connection. Who would win? I mean, I'm gonna say us, but I mean, it'd be fun to just write down.
Yeah, seriously, it's dicey.
It'd be fun to write down because any of the all-time teams because Denver has a couple Super Bowls. Like if you were a team that had a run of X amount of years, you're gonna have players. Yeah. And so Steelers, whenever you combine the 70s, even some of those 90s teams, and then obviously Ben's era, you're gonna have some really nice players to throw in there. So like 49ers, they're gonna have good all-time players. Even Raiders.
Packers,
Cowboys.
Dallas, they got guys. I mean, to an extent, New England as well, just because the guys that won rings with them. I mean, bro, Revis has a ring with New England. Think about that.
Yeah, they could sneak him on that team.
He legit has
because
a ring.
He was
their
prime.
guy. Yeah. He was their starter. He was the corner for them. Yeah.
Right.
Moss didn't win one with them.
But he still had.
He balled out.
Yeah,
so it was like you could throw him up there.
Yeah,
Moss would
be. Moss could. Man, you can even throw him on the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying.
He had down years, but he had like 1,000 yards in one of them.
Bro.
So obviously with Moss, Vikings, Raiders, probably New England. You're not because 49ers. He was old, so you wouldn't want that version of him. And same, he was on the Titans for like 2 games.
I barely remember that.
Yeah. The end of his career was abrupt.
Bro, they said Aqib Talib was out there as well.
He was actually. That's a good point for cornerbacks.
Yeah,
he'd have to be there.
And they brought up Wes Welker.
No, not that version.
Decker.
I'd put Demaryius over Decker easily.
You would? Okay. Because I thought that Decker was better than the Jets Decker.
Oh, yeah. That's the best version of Decker. But I don't think, maybe he's the 5th or 6th. I think the conversation would be like Decker versus Sanders.
Yeah. Oh, now this man, shout out to Bart Basquiato, our resident Shroomy. Man, he brought up Chris Harris. I'm a Chris Harris fan.
Yeah.
That's a slot corner out there in Denver.
Who'd they have across from Champ Bailey? They had like Foxworth probably.
Yeah.
So you would take Harris. You would take Harris or Talib over him.
He's doing TV now. It was him though, because it was him, and then before him,
I don't know any of those 80s
they had
players.
The one cat they got. Oh man, that was that. I think that was the dude that got killed. Corner. Never mind. Yeah, but.
Can we just there's got to be like a blog that just says Denver's all-time team.
So I really
just to look to see who we're missing, maybe. All right, we're looking NBA here. I don't want that. Would you throw AI in that?
Hey.
All right, let's see. Team encyclopedia. I don't want that. Team facts.
Or you might go to ultimate team or
Here's
team
one.
stats, and then you could pull up like
This
all time.
This is a little blog.
All-time
It's a blog.
yeah.
I don't know when this was updated. It says 1960 to present.
Okay. Let's see who has the better all-timers.
It doesn't look like they have some of the newer players.
Okay.
But we needed help on like cornerbacks and like the older players.
So
they have Louis Wright.
Okay.
For their cornerback across from Champ Bailey.
Linebacker. What's the
Tom Jackson.
That's the dude, Tom Jackson, because he's just TV now.
They have Tom Jackson, Al Wilson, Carl McClenberg.
Okay.
Bro, I mean, we smoked them on defense.
Yeah.
Because their defensive line, they have Trevor Price, who's good. I remember him.
Yeah.
Paul Smith, Tombstone Jackson. Bro, we got
we got
bona fide Hall of Famers.
Legends. Yeah.
So their other DBs, Willie Brown. So like they would have Aqib Talib and probably like Chris Harris.
Yeah.
Dennis Smith, safety across from Steve Atwater. I mean, we got Hall of Famers in every position.
If you're going corner for them, you got to go Atwater and Champ Bailey.
No, Atwater safety. Who's the other safety? You'd probably put John Lynch over Smith. You'd probably put John Lynch.
Go Lynch. Yeah.
Our defense. Okay, so here's their other receivers. Okay. Haven Moses.
Okay.
Lionel Taylor. So you're probably using some of those recent guys.
The guys we just said, yeah, absolutely.
Fullback, Howard Griffith. They have Terrell Davis still running back.
TD, that dude. TD versus Bussy.
Oh, dude, we'd smoke them. I mean, you got Franco, maybe even Bell you throw in there.
Oh, yeah, true. Because, when we start going down full roster of our running backs versus their roster running backs, after TD, it's a drop-off. For us, we could go, all right, you want to go Franco first or you want to go Bussy first? Either way.
And our O-line stacked.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, we got that there, man. Like it.
Yeah, I feel like we'd just off the top, our defense would be unreal. Yeah. Like we'd have a Hall of Famer at every position.
I'm with it.
They got dudes I haven't even heard of, so I'm going off that.
Meanwhile,
there's probably some Broncos people. Oh man, that guy was good back in the day. Haven't heard of him. I don't care.
All right, so I put score predictions, right? It's like, yo.
Oh yeah.
That's no score predictions. Now, funny thing is, when I initially asked it was a while ago. So everybody did have their predictions in. So now I'm scrolling up and I finally got it. So we're good.
Everyone's talking about the all-time team.
Talking about the all-time team. I was like, hold on, I gotta find this chat. All right, so starting it off, man, I got Eddie Harlow. Eddie Harlow says Denver 31, Steelers 16. Darius Mayo, Steelers 26, Broncos 17. King Savian says, I assume we are going to win. Okay. Fair enough then.
No score.
Okay. Next up, Gavin Diamato says 24-13, Steelers. Shoot the rock. 27-13, Steelers. Jacob Malicio, Steelers 3, Broncos 31. Trev says Steelers 20, Broncos 16. All right.
I got a few. Kenneth Beamer, 27-7 Steelers. Sam saying 24-17 Steelers. Like a Throp. HD saying 24-17 Steelers. Knight Rider 16-10 Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin 31-13 Steelers.
Okay. Offensive output. I like
Lord
that.
Lex 26-20 Steelers. Got a lot of Steelers here in the recent chats at least.
Okay. I like that then.
Bart
like
Basquiato 14-10 Steelers.
Okay. Looks like heavy Steelers in here then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's that time then. The moment of truth.
What have we been putting up? Is there some type of stat out there we haven't put anything up in the 20s the past 4 games or something?
Maybe. I mean, offensively, we haven't. Yeah, because even in week 1, we didn't. We scored. We had the special teams touchdown. Yeah.
Did we were in the 20s though, right?
Yeah, we were in the 20s, but I don't. Yeah, but it wasn't offensively. That's what I think they're saying.
Okay. Well, that changes this week.
Okay.
I know I said it changed last week.
It's all right.
The week before.
I wasn't counting.
Every prediction up to this point. I got one of them right, though. The Buffalo game.
You did gonna right. You did. That's the only one that mattered, too.
No, they all matter. We need to win. We need to win some games, dude. We need to win some games here. I said 28 last week, right?
Mm-hmm. Offense, 4 touchdowns. We did get 2. We got, take the over. 1.5.
I'm kind of feeling that again because I actually think we're going to get a lot more opportunities. I don't think they're going to do jack shit on offense against our defense with all these injuries that they have. No real wide receiver talent outside of Cortland Sutton. Noah Fant, I might be a little more concerned about him, but that's all they got. Yeah. They got Fant, Courtland Sutton. They got some good running backs. Ah, shit, dude. We didn't really stop the run last week.
We definitely did not. We, for a fact, did not stop that run.
They had Aaron Rodgers, though. So, like, these guys have Drew Lock. We'll be able to stack the box against them, stop this run.
Okay.
All they got is Courtland Sutton. We just have to watch him and Noah Fant. What I mean is, I think we're going to get a lot more opportunities on offense, whereas, like we saw with Green Bay last week, they could just, like, control the clock. They could have these, like, little 5-minute drives, and we're just sitting back there getting, like, chewed up a little bit. I feel like we're going to be able to stop them, get 3 and outs, get the ball back on offense. And I think the offense is going to look good. We're going to be able to put some drives together, put some points up on the board, keep the defense off the board, or off the field, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So where they're feeling refreshed whenever they come out there. And it's going to be nice because that's the thing. I don't think we've really been able to say these past 3 games. We haven't been playing good complementary football where the offense is staying in drives, defense is refreshed. We put the defense in bad spots at times, and the defense at other times just hasn't even performed as well. But I think the defense balls out this week. I think the offense balls out too. Ben shuts up the haters. I'm saying 28 again. We get 28. And they get 10. 28-10.
I like that then. All right.
I don't care what quarterback it is. Drew
We're
Lock,
going to take care
Teddy
of business.
Bridgewater, because, I mean, Teddy wasn't even looking that good before he got hurt. So no matter who it is, we take care of business at home. This feels like it should be like an 8 o'clock game where we right the ship. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be next week. I just feel like it should be a Sunday night game this week.
I thought it was a 4:25 for the longest time. I just felt like I needed that.
Yeah. But
because that's when we do
I just feel like the stadium will be rocking
Mm-hmm.
if it's a night game later in the day. But no, we take care of business in the 1 o'clock spot.
Yeah.
And we're feeling good when we're watching the 4 o'clock games too. It's just like we got the dub. We could just sit back, relax, watch the 4 o'clocks, watch the Sunday night, knowing that we got a dub on the board here. We're 2-3.
I like it. We need a win too, man. It'll feel so much better.
Yep.
Feels so much better. All right, couple house business then before I drop my pick. Robert Rodriguez says, yo, we still alive? Abso-freaking-lutely, we're still alive, big fella. Hey, welcome back to the party, pal. All right.
Who was that?
That was Robert Rodrigo. Yeah, he was like, yo, we still alive. Had to let him know because sometimes people will leave and then come back and they be like, bro, is this the replay or is this the live daddy? And we like, nah, Poppy, this the live one, man. You still here in the flesh, baby. Holler at your boy. All right. And then James Gray, I noticed James Gray was in the chat. He was trying to figure out how to join the upper room. So James Gray, simple way to do it is this. In the description of every video on the channel, on the YouTube channel, right? Every video has a description box. Go in the description. It says join the upper room. Click this link. All you do is click that link, baby. It'll take you, get you right where you need to be. Now, you might have to do it in the desktop version on your phone, but clicking that link would be the easiest way to get you there. And if you're at home, you can just go on the desktop, type it up. As soon as you hop on youtube.com, Arthur Moats 55, bam. It's right there, daddy-o. Hit join, and now you're good to go, man. So that's how you do it, man. So, yeah. All righty.
Your pick?
My pick, man. So the same way I did when I was talking about the quarterbacks, I have 2 predictions. I need to know which quarterback is playing. I mean, is that not significant as we talked about it, right? We said, man, if one quarterback is out there, one quarterback makes that team really good. The other quarterback makes them, they got the potential to be really good, but they also got the potential to be really bad because he doesn't protect the ball. So with that being said, I'll give my first prediction, the one I like the most.
Okay.
The one where Drew Lock is at quarterback. When Drew Lock is at quarterback, I anticipate turnovers. Because he doesn't protect the ball. I anticipate Minkah Fitzpatrick finally capitalizing on said turnover opportunities this season. Getting back to the Minkah Fitzpatrick of, remember what I was saying? This week feels different. They've been under fire a lot this week. All of them have, and rightfully so because of how they've been playing. Knowing Coach Tomlin, knowing those guys in that locker room, guys that I've shared the locker room with, they not just gonna handle. They not just gonna deal with that and go quietly. Nah. They gonna come out guns blazing. If they can't get it done this week, then that's gonna be all right. Changes do need to be made because this for a fact will be that game where they come out with everything they have right now. So it should look that way. Guys should step up and perform that way. So if Drew Lock is at quarterback, I have the Steelers winning this thing 20-10. I think that not only did they get a couple of turnovers, but I do think offensively we're able to get that thing rolling. All right. That's like I said, if Drew Lock is at quarterback, I got it 20-10 Steelers. If Teddy Bridgewater is at quarterback, it's a little bit different. A little bit different because I respect Teddy's game a lot, right? Protects the ball, especially this year, man. He's doing an excellent job protecting the ball, taking the shots they need to take, and they can run that rock. God, dog, they run that rock. Okay? So if Teddy is at quarterback, only if Teddy is at quarterback, only if Teddy's at quarterback. All right. I would have it 20-17. Steelers.
Oh,
I think they get it done either way this week, man. Like I said, this is the week where it has to happen. Teddy coming back from concussion protocol. If he does play, it will be a late announcement, no practice or maybe one practice. I don't think that's a recipe for success for Teddy Bridgewater. Steelers team, like I said, man, they're hot. They're pissed off right now. They want to come out here and show that they are a way better version. They're the version that we saw week 1 versus the version that we saw last week, right? As a whole team perspective. And I just anticipate that being the case. And like I said, this Denver team, they have not been tested significantly. Their biggest test was the Ravens. And we saw the Ravens got after them. They got after that defense.
That's even with the Ravens not playing.
Absolutely. They got after that defense. And that's been one of the selling points for me with the Broncos is, the defenses look good. But when you watch them against Baltimore, we know Baltimore's offense is different, but Baltimore's offense is not healthy. And they were able to move that ball up and down the field, taking shots or running the ball. So for me, man, I just think that this is the one right here. If there was going to be anyone where we had to get it right, because I don't even want to think about next week just yet, because like you said, rest prime time, that thing ain't different, man. That's different. But this week, the circumstances are aligned. The circumstances are right. Everything is pointing in the right direction. Chase Claypool, man, you better not be limited on Sunday, baby. Get your act in order. All right, get that hammy where it need to be. Okay, we need that. That'd be nice. But we got Deontay, and I'm very confident in Deontay, and I like Deontay's matchup against Kyle Fuller. Not necessarily versus Patrick Surtain, but definitely against Kyle Fuller. I like him. I like him a lot against him.
You expect Surtain to play, huh?
I do. I do. But either way, because
they got Roby coming off this IR. But they don't
flip sides though. So since I haven't personally seen them flip sides. Now maybe if I go back and watch, maybe they have a little bit. But from what I've been seeing, Surtain and Fuller have been playing right and left. And the reason I bring that up is because with Deontay, we will move him. He's not just gonna play one side. So I think versus Surtain is kind of like Jair Alexander, right? He took the shot, it worked. But then after that, we really never tested him again. And rightfully so, because he's a really good corner. If Deontay's lined up on that side, we ain't got to test him. When he goes to Cal Fuller, say, hey, man, run it up. So that's kind of, how I think about that right there.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
3 dubs across the board.
It's crazy to say 3 dubs, but yeah, man. This has to be like I said, if it's going to be one, this has to be the one right here, though, man.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I like it, man.
So what do we got next? We got more topics, or are we doing super
first
chats?
Up, I'm gonna go through these supers because man, y'all have definitely been in here with the supers, man. I want to make sure that we, pay all y'all due diligence, man. Show our respect and our appreciation for y'all, showing y'all appreciation for us. So I will read off some supers, then I'm gonna go these new upper room members, and after that, man, we'll just react because we've already kind of hinted to some of the stuff we're gonna talk about around the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, we'll get that thing going. So, excuse me. With that being said. I already read off. It's because he was asking about the Aaron Rodgers stuff. Have we talked about that? We can spend a little time. We can talk about the Aaron Rodgers stuff now, actually.
Well, what did he say? He said something like, it's like a week by week thing with how people are taking what he says and just running with it, because all I said was I like Tomlin. I'm being truthful. Whereas like last week with the 49ers, I was talking highly about Kyle Shanahan or the 49ers organization and everything, and they were saying, oh, these are tea leaves for Rodgers to come here. I think that's essentially what he said, right?
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No, I mean, that was essentially it, because from everything I saw, it was, does Rodgers really like them? Well, he didn't deny that he didn't like them. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially asking, like, is that the team? Is that kind of like where you're going to be headed to? I still kind of think he likes us, though. I ain't going to lie. I kind of think he likes us, bro. He
more than the 49ers.
Listen, it's kind of like you know how social media is, right? It's kind of like he been on IG, and this is like old school IG before they started hiding your activity. Back when you could see how many pictures a person like, you remember that IG where we like, oh, your activity, Deke has been liking these pictures, and it's like, oh, Deke, bro, like, come on, man, it's not a good look. Don't be liking that, right? This is kind of like when I see Rodgers, I'm like, bro, you've been liking one too many pics, baby, with these Steelers on them, all right? So, yeah, I think it's something there. I think he done had that 3-4 in the morning. He's just clicking on them likes. That's what I feel like right now, man. So, yeah, I do just a little. I think he likes us, bro. Just a little bit. just a little bit. Just right here. He think we cute. That's what it is. He think we cute. He said Steelers. Oh, hey girl. What's the meme, right? It's he's holding Matt LaFleur saying, look at the Coach Tomlin. Hey you. Hey big man.
He could do all that. We got our QB.
Yeah, for right now we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm not even. If anything, his way of saying it is good news for me, right?
Yeah. Man.
For him to say like, hey, I say it about all these teams, right? I'm just being honest about a question. Like he was bringing the heat down on it.
Yeah,
and that's respectable of him.
So because he's already planning. He was like, I know I'm gonna have to win over Deke. He was like, Deke is the guy I'm gonna have to win over. I'm really concerned about winning Deke over. So how could I do that? Do I need to dump my girl? Nah, I don't need to do that. All right, what should I do then? What if I just try to put a little water on this flame? Maybe that'll make Deke happy. So it's not like I'm just so eager to be here. I don't want to be considered a cuck because I'm so eager to be here. You know what I mean? We know how you get. We know. We've heard how you get. So maybe Rodgers, because if he's listening to Pittsburgh Dad, he got to. I search on YouTube. You type in Pittsburgh Dad, we're gonna be in one of the videos recommended. So you type Steelers, Dad. You type in Pittsburgh, bro. It's yeah.
So he saw the flagship.
That's
Steelers
all I'm
podcast.
saying. We there. He's if he's looking at Pittsburgh Dad, we flashing. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Oh, maybe he saw the Rodgers vid.
So
with me going off.
So he's probably just understanding. He's like, you know what? How do I win this kid over? He's doing his little man bun thing. He's like, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'll say this on Pat's show this week. Yeah, this will make Deke happy. And I think he goes by Deke, not Eric. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Deke. I'll go Deke. Maybe that's too. Maybe I should say Eric when I first meet him because he's formal. So he's going through that dilemma right now.
Whenever I shake hands with people, I say Eric. And
you do. It throws me off too, man.
It has to. It throws me off. It throws me off. I'm like, why should I say Deke?
Hi, I'm Eric. What do they call you? Deke. Oh.
I more or less say it for the people around me that know me because they're like, what? You're probably more thrown off than the person that I'm introducing because they don't know my name. But everyone else, it's like, what? Yeah. I forgot your name's Eric.
It's funny, man. It's like that, dude.
No, yeah. It just looks like he's being respectful, understands that our quarterback's on our roster right now. We got 7.
All right. So to be continued, we will see what he says next week, right? On the Aaron Rodgers dating hotline. Him and Coach T, see who like and who pitches.
No, I think he'll say something about the next team probably.
Just kind of throw everybody.
I don't know. Well, who are they playing?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Well, would that have been asked on this interview? He doesn't come on twice a week, right?
No, he's only on once a week, man. And he was talking about
who do the Packers
Coach
play?
T.
Do you know off the top of your head or not?
Nah, off the top of my head, nah. He was talking about the Steelers once again. He's only on once a week.
Bengals.
He's only once a week. He ain't talking about Joe Burrow. In fact, you know what he said? He said, man, it's one of them things, man. The Bengals, I don't need to talk about them. They got a young quarterback they like. He definitely said that. I do remember that part. He was like, they got a young quarterback they like.
He didn't say that. Did he?
They for it because I was on the fan.
They were trolling him.
Because, I was on the fan. My Moses, Muller, he's the opposite of you. You love Ben, he's anti Ben. So we're talking, and because we're pulling up the interview, and it's like playing it live, and we're like,
oh, so he actually said,
and he's like, he definitely was like, they got a young quarterback they like. That's what he said.
He's trolling. He's trolling then by saying that.
He said it was like almost like a direct quote. They have a young quarterback that they like. That's why I don't have to talk about them.
Dude, he's definitely trolling.
But that's what he said, though. That's for a fact what he said. I was over here like, dang, all right. Yeah.
Well, you know how I feel about this. I'm just...
You're not happy.
No, I'm game by game. I'm locked in on this season.
Fair enough, man.
We're getting the playoffs, man. And like I said, we got our quarterback.
All right.
We got 7.
The young calf versus the old bull. That's because that's also how he classified this week's matchup. Yeah. And shout Rodgers, because I did just see that in the chat as well, and I do remember that. Yeah. Ray Martinez. That was another when he was talking about this, respecting the, they got a young quarterback they really like. and that's why he doesn't have to talk about them. First, why he was talking about us.
Bengals Packers.
Yeah, he was like, that's the old. He called himself the old bull.
The Step Brothers
that's
reference.
the young bull versus the old bull. That's what he said, man.
Okay.
Yeah, or the young calf versus the old bull. He didn't really specify with Ben though. If he was a young calf or just two old bulls.
Yeah, I guess he didn't. But what I was gonna say is, the whole Rodgers Steelers news should be over.
I hope so.
Should be over. So. We're not playing them again.
I mean, we would have thought this week it would have been over,
unless we're playing them in the Super Bowl.
Right. We would have thought this week would have been over, but we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? He keeps our name in his mouth.
If we play them in the Super Bowl, there's no shot in how any of this should be brought up. If we're playing them in the Super Bowl, this stuff's being brought up, dude, I will be on another level.
Deke, if we are in the Super Bowl this season and we are playing Aaron Rodgers, I will join you on that other level.
All right, thank you.
I solemnly swear, if this version of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl this year, I solemnly swear.
People are talking about Rodgers next year. You're going to go off.
You will see taco meat Moats. It will be shirtless Moats. It look like Travis Scott. He always shirtless. I'll be shirtless out here, bro. I mean,
seven painted on you.
Listen, man, it'll be a stand up mic because I'm not gonna sit down. If it's Super Bowl week, I'm not sitting down, and I'll be up there. Listen, y'all, we would have to have a parental advisory on that week's show if we are in the Super Bowl.
I won't even have to talk.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, if that's the case,
people are talking like that.
Absolutely,
100%. We would have to go off
100%.
Okay,
all right. So we're there. Yes, we are there. So. With that being said, Oz, we did talk about that Aaron Rodgers topic. Hopefully you were still on the chat while we were doing that. All right. Next up, we had Sean McCartney. Sean McCartney says the middle of the defense is still getting tore up. Linebackers look lost, and Terrell Edmonds is inconsistent and lacks ideal ball skills a strong safety needs. Man, you did bring up, though, about our Russian defense last week. It was not what we thought it would be.
It's trash.
Yeah.
It's trash.
I mean, we could throw the Aaron Rodgers thing in there, and that is very much a part of it. But you still got to be better, more stout at the point of attack, man, across the board. And I understand. I know TJ came on afterwards, and he obviously said he was doing too much at times. But he wasn't the only one, man. It was a couple of those guys, man, where you could just tell they were trying to do too much. And at times it put the defense in a compromising position where edges aren't set the way they need to be set. Guys running behind blocks trying to use their speed to make plays, and it's just like you can do that, but you can't you can't do it that frequently, right? It's a changeup. You're doing when they're the guys last week trying to force it to make a play happen. They were doing that too much, and that was a part of why some of those runs were hitting the way they were hitting. So that definitely, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And in terms of Edmonds, man, I mean, we know the play. He had a bad play, and that's how I looked at that, man. Because as a whole, the ball skills are not as bad as they used to be. Once again, like we said, you kept the tape on. He is headed in the right direction, man.
Hell yeah.
The whole Randall Cobb play, it's alignment. When he's shuffling over, just understand where you're at. If he stops his shuffle one shuffle sooner. He's at inside leverage. Randall Cobb has a way tougher time with that route, and he's going to have to ultimately stop and stutter it to get across his face, so he's going to have to take it over top, which is a way tougher throw. He just got over top of the route, and then from there, he gave Cobb the natural lane inside. Yeah, but to me, man, Edmonds, I'm cool with Edmonds. Edmonds is not the problem, man. But that middle of the defense, though, they're going to have to definitely got to be more stout, though, man.
Yeah, they were wide open.
And part of that is the injuries. We know that. I mean, Tyson is a monster, and you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting them back. It's going to take time to figure that rotation out. We know that
we
now.
don't know until it's coming back either.
Right, because that's
at
what
this
changes.
Point, after the bye week might be realistic. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll see what I can find out. But yeah.
So Dotson and Tuitt news tomorrow. Breaking.
Don't you put that on me, man. Don't you do that to me now. I'm gonna see what I can find out. Don't you put that breaking on me now. I don't want to break no news. Okay. No. I just want to find out some details. I don't want to break news. I just want details. Yeah.
You gonna give us the banner then tomorrow? Maybe like.
Arrow pointed.
What's the deal with Tuitt? Yeah.
Arrow pointed.
Yeah. Just be.
Hey, stay tuned.
A little vague with it.
He said stay tuned this week too.
Yeah.
Was he on that list? He ain't on that injury list, is he?
Who? Tuitt?
Banner.
Oh, Banner. Oh, yeah, right. He was instant with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the day of.
Yeah, man.
McFarland's back, so Tuitt's the only one then.
Yeah, we just got to see. It's all about practice this week for Banner. As long as he practices well, he'll be out there. He practiced well, he'll get the nod.
Well, we were already talking about the offensive line. Like, what combination we're going to see then? That'll be interesting. I actually am kind of, I don't want to say looking forward, but I'm just going to be interested to see what the Steelers do on Sunday with Banner, Haig, Chooks, Dan Moore.
Well, and I ain't gonna lie,
whatever combination they use.
Part of me isn't opposed to if Banner is playing this weekend, right? Because this will be his first one back.
Put him in that eligible rule.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I use him as the extra lineman because number one, that helps with the running attack.
Miller on that
but
side.
It also helps with the pass protection. If we're not utilizing our tight ends to throw the ball to them, why not go ahead and go extra lineman to get better protection? Denver does that for a fact. Denver will definitely put an extra lineman out there when they want some extra blocking. Baltimore does it as well, right?
Be a good way to ease them in.
Yeah. So
people be going crazy if the 72 eligible thing happens.
Oh, it'll be nuts, man. Now to get the morale back, man. We need something. There's some I'm saying. It's an opportunity there. It's an opportunity there.
Sure.
All right, we had Let's Go UW though. I always say Let's Go UW though, but it's actually just Let's Go UW. Okay, Let's Go UW said this. Cam got that neck injury.
Oh, Hayward, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. I think he's going to play.
He always plays. It's Cam Hayward.
Yeah.
But no, that comes from that D-line, man. You in that 3-point jamming that thing back all the time. Every time you hit. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
Yeah, it's Cam, though. Cam head too big for his neck to hurt. That's why his neck. And you tell Cam I said it. Cam neck hurt because his head so big. You ever seen Cam? Cam head like that big. That's why his neck hurt. Because his neck little and his head too big. He already know I told him that too, man. And tell him I said it too. He know where to find me. Tell him hit my line. He know where to find me. Not I'm a dog.
Let me just double check real quick. He was either limited or did not practice.
Yeah, Cam would be out there though. He'll be all right.
He was limited.
Yeah.
At least it's not did not practice.
Yeah. Cam fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. That's how I feel too.
Cam is a guy. First off, he takes great care of his body. He has great medical people around him. Why do I know? Because I use the same people. And that's why I know he's gonna be all right, man. My dog Cam gonna be straight. We ain't tripping on Cam, but yes, Cam, that big, call him Ironhead, that little Ironhead.
The two that we mentioned earlier that we're worried about is probably Cam Sutton and Dotson.
Yeah, those are the big concerns to me right now.
Juju, Claypool, both limited. We think they're gonna play. Ben, the pack in the hip. DNP, I think he's gonna play. Chooks, full this practice with that concussion, so it's just going to depend. Like we're going to put him to left tackle. We keep in Haig. It's
going to be an interesting week, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be a very
Carlos Davis.
Week, man.
He didn't practice. He's probably out. I haven't heard anything positive about him. But yeah, Trey Turner illness. He's going to play.
Yeah,
limited. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Well, I like it. All right, we got Damon Brown though. Shout out to Damon Brown. He says just got in here. Don't know if it was brought up, but why did we not try and get Stephon Gilmore? Shout out to all the good folks in the chat. Augusta, Georgia in here.
You want to talk about that?
I mean, that was actually one of the topics we were going to talk about. So since you just brought it up, you know what? I got a topic for that because we got graphics. You know, we always got to have our graphics, right? We're graphic guys. So, yes, the Carolina Panthers did trade for Stephon Gilmore, who it was funny because initially they were talking about releasing him. That's where it was like initially reported. And then it came back that the Panthers ended up trading for him. I didn't see the details of the trade though. Did you?
In
terms of what they gave up.
I think it was a 3rd round pick. I'll double check. I just went to his contract page. Okay. But I read up on that situation because I saw how could you release someone? Yeah. And then you could trade for him just a little bit after. Like how's this even possible? I guess it's kind of bullshit. Let's see if you got it right though. But the reasoning was, I don't think there was a clear reasoning. It was just more like it's not finalized till like later in the day. So once that's out there, that's more or less just news to everyone. Like, hey, last chance if you want Stephon Gilmore, and the Panthers were the one that made the move. Yeah. And actually, I think this is a great move for the Panthers. I think they gave up a 3rd round pick. I don't know if that's going to be too much No, I'm sorry.
6th rounder. 6th rounder.
It was a 6th round pick. I don't know why I thought 3rd rounder. 6th round pick. So that's great in and of itself. It wasn't that high of a pick, but also
because he's on the PUP list right now, but he can come off of the PUP list in week 6, so that'd be next week. Yeah, because it's week 5, so he can come off next week.
They're absolutely loaded at corner, but CJ Henderson they just traded for. They traded a 3rd rounder for him. That's what it was.
Yeah, 3rd rounder for CJ. Because that's why they traded for him after JC got hurt.
So they're probably gonna work him up to speed. I feel like he's not hurt or anything, but JC Horn's out. They have Bouye. He's just coming back, but he's healthy. Like their corner, they have Dante Jackson. Their corner's absolutely loaded. Now you add Stephon Gilmore. Yeah. Where's he gonna fit? I mean, he's probably their second best corner at least. Worst, probably best over Bouye.
If Gilly is healthy, Gilly is their best quarterback. Their best cornerback. That's Gilly. That's what he do, man. He been doing this like the crazy like splash plays started happening in New England, but Gilly's been a corner that he's a man guy. He can travel. He does that. I'm glad for him because he's going back home. That's the crib for him, man. He's from South Carolina.
That's probably why he was probably getting the option. Like, do you want to do this trade?
Yeah, like seriously, because I'm like, I know when I had my spot down there, we would train, and that was where we would all hang out at, right down there, South Carolina area. D'Angelo Williams be down there with us. Like, yeah, that was the vibe. But for him, man, if he's healthy, yeah. That I love that.
They're loaded
at
corner, though.
I love that for Carolina.
I don't know if they make the move if Horn isn't hurt.
And they got pass rushers too.
Oh yeah, their team's looking nice. I mean, they're 3-1, but here's why it's amazing, and it goes to them being 3-1 and having a decent kind of roster this year.
Yeah,
keep them away from the Bucks.
Smart, because they had to go Sherman.
Well,
Bucks went Sherman
as soon as the releasing of Stephon Gilmore came out. That news. Top teams to target for Stephon Gilmore. Bucks were in there. And then there was another report that says sources, Bucks will definitely be looking into Stephon Gilmore situation.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they get Stephon Gilmore and you're the Panthers.
Filthy.
You're in the NFC South. You're trying to make a playoff spot. You're trying to do certain things. Like, that's not good. So this is like why it's a double win for them. Not necessarily that they needed corner that bad because they're kind of loaded, but Stephon Gilmore's not going to hurt you, and the cap space isn't that bad either. Right. It's like $7 million just for this
because
year.
He didn't get the new deal, right?
Exactly. So for us, that's why I'm pissed off that we didn't make this move because all we'd have to worry about is this year with Stephon Gilmore. Whereas
if he plays well, then you can extend him.
That's why the timing is perfect right now. Whereas like we were talking about before the season, if we would have traded for him, we would have had to give him a big deal. But since the season has gone by, he was on their little pup list and stuff. They trade him. All you got to worry is about that $7 million, and we have that type of cap space. So I'm kind of pissed we didn't make that deal.
Yep. Seeing it for a 6th rounder, I definitely agree, especially when you talk about...
I don't care if it's a 1-year deal. I really don't. It would have been awesome.
Well, and the thing is, he would have been a major upgrade.
Yeah.
Right? When we talk about our corners, when we talk about having an alpha, a guy that can be the legit one, we said Joe is the guy right now, but we know Joe is definitely, he's slowed down. He's on the decline. He's older, and it's expected. But Gilmore, when healthy, I mean, we know Gilmore's Defensive Player of the Year. Like, there's certain guys that when they're healthy, we know what they can do. He's one of them, man. Yeah, that's my thing. I don't care if he's on the pup list. But can't cry with spoiled milk, man. Love it for the Panthers, though, man. Love it for them.
Yeah, it's a great move. Great move. Not only you get Stephon Gilmore for a 6th rounder. I know you have a ton of corners, but whatever. I mean, Horn's probably going to be out for most of the year. And then C.J. Anderson, you're not probably trusting him right off the bat. You're probably going to work him up to speed. So if you have Gilmore, Bouye, Dante Jackson as your 3 main guys right now for the majority of the season, like that's awesome for you, especially if you're trying to make the playoffs. They have a pretty easy schedule too. But then also to keep them away from the Bucs, like I mentioned, like it's a huge win for the Panthers. Yeah. I'm pissed. We didn't make the move.
I can see it, man. I could definitely see it, man.
6th rounder, dude.
Yeah.
Did that necessarily have to be this year? Because we're out of 6th rounders this year, right?
Yeah, we have a 5th for this year, though, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, could we shoot a 5th?
We got those comp picks. I don't know if they could trade a future comp pick.
You can't trade them right now, until you get them. Yeah.
But yeah, we could have traded 2022. We got a lot of picks there. Hell, 2023. 2 6th-round picks. You could have done 2022, 2023. I would have been cool with that. Have Stephon Gilmore, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That would have been nice.
I know. I'd have been happy. It would have been a reunion. I'd have been like, yes, he's back.
And like I mentioned, this is way different than us trading for him in the offseason. Because I was
back
and forth on that. I was like, if we make the move, we have Stephon Gilmore. This is amazing. At the same time, like, now we got to lock him up for probably 3-4 years for a massive extension. Is that going to kill us? No, but I would like to have some of this cap flexibility coming up that we have. This stage in the game, $7 million against the cap space. We trade a 6th-round pick. That's like a no-brainer, I think, from where we're at right now.
Yeah,
that's what's disappointing.
But we still got time, though. We'll see if we can make a move for somebody. Maybe. I don't know who's out there that we would make a move for now.
I mean, we want to start line first because probably there's people that are saying like, "Oh, I don't care if we get Gilmore. Let's sign an offensive lineman." Yeah. Gilmore would have been sick though.
Yeah, he would have been filthy. Oh my goodness.
Are you in pain?
I don't want to think about it. I don't, because he's the quarter. I like that. That's why I love when Joe Hayden came here, right? Because when Joe got here, he was a man-to-man lock. I love man-to-man. Just, hey, don't matter who you guard. He got that. That's square. Oh man, he's that. Gilly's that. Yeah.
Would have been a great move. Good move for the Panthers. They're making great moves as of late.
Yeah.
C.J. Henderson, then they get Stephon Gilmore, taking two players that we probably should have looked a little bit more into. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're making good moves. We're just sitting on the sidelines. I'm a little disappointed.
But that was a good one though, right there.
Granted, we've made some good moves this offseason. I just wish there was a little bit more, but easy to say right here. And I'm sure a lot of people agree with us. Like, oh, let's get C.J. Henderson. Let's get Stephon Gilmore.
Can't hurt.
I mean, getting Melvin Ingram, though, that's a nice move, even like Trey Turner and stuff. So, I mean, they did a little bit more than I think we expected this offseason.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But, I mean, we shouldn't have stopped.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we still got time, though. Trade deadline ain't here just yet. We got time. We'll see, though. Stay tuned.
Oh, you got an inside scoop?
No, I wish.
They're eyeing someone up.
Wish I had that. I don't know none of that trades talk now. That's different. All right. Let's see what else we had going on in the chat. All right. We had, actually, let me take this banner back down now. Now I'm back good. Anywho, this is from Mason Nevling using their free upper room chat because they're a 3-month member. Shout out to Mason on that one. He says, off topic, but do y'all think Najee is a better receiver than our 4th or 5th receiver? McFarland in the backfield, Juju, Deontay, and Harris out wide, barring wide receiver injuries.
Oh, man. I don't know if are we saying he's better than James Washington?
Y'all got to stop trying James Washington.
I don't know if I could say that.
Stop trying
5th receiver over McLeod? I could hear that one.
I could hear that as well. Yeah.
He's not as fast as McLeod, but maybe some of these shorter routes and
his run after might be same though.
Even catching, although I haven't really seen McLeod drop anything. He just
had
hasn't
a nice
got many
catch.
opportunities.
What's that Bengals game?
Yeah. No, Harris. I could probably see him over McLeod. I don't know about James Washington though. And here's the thing: I want to see McFarland in this offense. I'm not ready to make it the main set where he's our running back and Harris is our 4th receiver.
I don't want to see him that bad. I'm with you on that. I don't need to see McFarland that bad. I do think, Najee, you can make a case, though, as the 5th. Yeah, it'll be close. But as a whole, I still want Najee as a running back. Yeah, I like him as a running back. But it'd be close, though, him versus Ray.
Sure.
And that's not a knock on Ray because Ray, I think, does some things with the ball. He just doesn't have a lot of opportunities at wide receiver, and obviously because of how stacked it is.
Prime Le'Veon Bell versus James Washington.
Y'all stop trying James. James Washington's a wide
Prime
receiver.
Le'Veon versus Juju.
All right. Well. Let's evaluate this a little bit more here. And it's not prime Juju. It's current Juju, right? Not 1,000-yard Juju. Slot receiver
right
Juju?
Now, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Hey. All right.
Well, that was Le'Veon's case, right? He's
like, that was his case, though.
I'm a number 2 receiver, too.
That was definitely his case, man.
We got Knight Rider here, 16. You see this?
Oh, where we at?
He's just showing support.
Oh, man.
This is a showstopper. He says, I got to stop the show and support.
Double salute you, Knight Rider 16. Greatly appreciate your support.
Yeah, that's one to stop the show for.
Come on, man. Without a doubt, baby. We appreciate you from the heart.
Yeah, Knight Rider's always tuning in, too.
You're right. Knight Rider always showing love, too, man. Yeah. That's why you're a real one, Knight Rider. You're a real one. We stop shows for you, Knight Rider. Well, we definitely do that. Sheesh. All right, I'll continue on with these chats, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad you saw that. I missed that. I definitely didn't see that.
I mean, it opened my eyes.
Man, it opened mine too. Hey now. Pop. All right, might be a little red, but they open. All right. Andrew Cavada just showing a little love as well. Andrew, we appreciate you as well, big dog. Trust me, man. Salute you as well, baby. Yes, sir. All right. And then where are we at? Ooh, young Papi Bonito. He says Steelers should have plays schemed specifically to get the tight ends the ball. Kelsey and George Kittle seem to have plays schemed for them all the time. I can see what you're saying there. I just don't think that our tight ends have technically earned that just yet. When we talk about Kelsey and Kittle, they have proven to not just be name hype. They've proven to have that type of productivity, right? In terms of Kelsey, I mean, I've seen Kelsey double team and he's still catching rocks. I didn't see George Kittle. You people formulating program defense to stop him. And he still does what? He gets his numbers. With Ebron, he has consistency issues, right? Can he catch it? Can he not catch it?
Oh, yeah. We shouldn't be formulating anything for him.
And
Pat,
with Pat, we can make a case, but Pat is still young. So right now, most of the time, with your
trust him.
Yeah, with younger players,
whatever it is.
With younger players, I haven't seen a lot of coordinators, offensively or defensively, formulate plays or structure schemes around those guys until they have like shown that consistency and have definitively been that guy, whether that's in training camp, whether that's in preseason games, whether that's in these practices. And like I said, with Pat, I don't know what the case is right now, but it just hasn't equated to a ton of targets or opportunities necessarily early on in the season. So I just don't think that we would scheme stuff for him specifically just yet either until he continues to produce. Now he's doing his job with the opportunities he's gotten, but he has to get more opportunities. And then from there, once that sample size grows, now you start talking about making things specific for players like him.
Yeah.
But I don't want to scheme for Ebron.
If anyone we're scheming up for, I think it should be Deontay Johnson. I don't know if we're doing that already, but like get him the ball in space and let him operate. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on behind the scenes right now, these first 4 games, if we're even trying that. But he's the one guy I would point to being like, hey, let's scheme something up, make sure we get him the ball on this play. Because he'll make things happen.
Yep. Absolutely, man. All right, Justin Dubs came through, showed a little
as long
love,
as he's not running backwards. I mean, we couldn't tell at the stadium.
No, we couldn't.
I had
you
no
cut
clue.
it on tape, though. You can see it clear as day. I'm like,
hell?
oh, yes. Now I see where everybody was pissed with you, Deontay. You had the first. All you had to do was fall.
I don't even remember who the false start was on in the stadium either.
I remember the false start.
I just remember us getting a penalty and being like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, see, I remember in the stadium, the false start, because I remember watching him like put his head down and go right to the sideline. And then that's when Coach T put the punt team out there, and the guy who was sitting with us, one of the guys in the area, he was like, yo, what is Coach T doing, man? You got to go for that. I'm like, no, you don't. No. You went for it on 4th and 4. That's what you're supposed to go for. Not when Deontay has a false start. Now Deontay got bad body language and it's 4th and 9, and we know we're going to have to throw a pass to who? Deontay. No. Get off the field. Everybody get off the field. When Deontay put that head down and started walking to that side, I said, oh, Lord, man, no. Because that was Buffalo body language. And probably because he knew it. I had the first down and I went backwards. And then I turned around and false start. And now Coach T looking at me and he don't even want to go for it anymore. Yes, we had bad body language Deontay. I, for a fact, remember seeing that, bruh. Yeah. But, dude, Deontay nice, though, man. He nice.
Yeah.
Yep. All righty. Next up, we got Let's Go UW. Yeah, because I don't think you're gonna be a
hell no.
Yeah,
no.
You're not gonna have any of these chats, bro.
The one that came up was Knight Rider for me, so I'll try to stay tuned for that. Some of these more recent chats.
All right. So we got Let's Go UW. Let's Go UW says, and we appreciate you first off for your support. Says so. A couple of things regarding 7. The first thing is like 7-1. I was like, wait a minute. All right, so a couple of things regarding 7. The first thing is, what's up with the hip injury? Now, I did see somebody in the chat bring up Ike Taylor making a comment about the injury, essentially saying like,
it's recently?
Yeah, I'm assuming this would have been either yesterday time frame where he was kind of like alluding to the point that they won't bench him, but by them creating these injuries, that could be their way of benching him, right? Oh, he's not available. Oh, he's hurt. That's, that's the reason why we're making switches. So I've seen that going around a little bit.
The conspiracy.
Yeah, in terms of like, is that good? Because everybody was asking like, well, man, the play, right? Do you bench him? Do you start him? Like, that's legitimate. People really went. I mean, I was like the first question they asked Coach Tomlin in the press conference on Tuesday. And remember, that's when he came back and was like, no, man, he's absolutely the right guy.
Yeah.
But then he goes down the list of injuries like, Ben has a hip. And you're like, why does he have a hip? What is this about? So that was part of the reason why right there, man. Yeah.
I think
it might have been you, Matthew. Yeah. Maybe it was Matthew.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. Hold on, because
Okay.
my man said, "Can he get his credit?" I was like, it might have been Matthew that brought him up because I was
Ike
I knew
Taylor
somebody brought up Ike. I just wasn't sure was that with you. But if that was you,
Oh yeah,
Matthew
he's asking
Maccabee,
for
then
it.
yeah, man, absolutely, man. Yeah, like I said, one of y'all was in there, so if it was you, hey, take that credit, baby. And if it wasn't you, well, you got to live with the honesty, baby, not me. So either way, man, salute you. But yeah, dude, I mean,
You know, I ain't hearing any of this. I'm just like, get out of here with this.
I get what they're saying. I get what he's saying. And I get that narrative. I just don't buy it. I personally don't. I think Coach T, from my perspective, I've never questioned his honesty or integrity, right? When I wasn't going to start and I thought that I should have been starting over a player and I talked to him about it and he told me the reason why, I was like, you know what? I can respect the heck out of you for even telling me that. I needed to know that. But you told me. Most coaches won't do that. If he wants to decide or if that move is going to be made, man, he'll have the respect and decency to just go tell Seven like, yo, this the plan, this what we doing. Like that's who he is. Like I've never seen him have to like make up, stuff like that when he wants to make a move or if he's gonna do a tough decision. Like he's a man. Like that's why we said like we love playing for Coach C because you just get that respect. You heard when TG was on Garvin, right? What did he say? He said, bro, one of the realest conversations I heard. 2 dogs, 1 bone. Isaiah P and they going to St. Fitzgerald. He's like, yo, he put it up. Like, this is what it is. Like, And that's not just private. That's big room. But if you want to have that private convo, he'll give you that as well. So that's why for me, I'm like, man, if Coach T wants to make a switch at quarterback, he'll just do it. It's not going to be this. We got to hide. We got to, mask it. Like, no, he's just going to do it. That's what he'll do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said Ben's our guy.
He's a straight shooter, bro. Like, that's the one thing you never had to question Coach T on that, bro. If he wants to, like, he's that type of guy, man.
And Ben's just letting us know, too. Yeah. He's been straight up with us. Like, hey, I got a hip. I got a pec. I'm injured out here. No excuses, though. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that a little jokingly, but no, he's fine, dude. Yeah. He's fine. Like he probably is a little banged up, but like, nah, he's gonna be out there. No excuses. Like that. That's why I haven't brought it up. What was it, Bengals game or even last game? All
right, he's out there, man.
That's how I feel. Yeah, I think he's fine.
All right. The second part of that was, did you see Chris Sims' interview in 19 where Ben says he never focused on mechanics and just relied on natural talent until now? I'm not familiar with that interview, but
it was kind of like badass. He was like, I never checked my shit. And then Sims is like, honestly though, like if you're going to do this by the books, like your throwing motion is like one of the tops out there, like just like scientifically and shit. And Ben's like, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's dope though, man. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because Ben is a great athlete. But bro, y'all know about Seven, man. Seven can ball, all right? He ain't the Brady type. He ain't the Breeze type where he's, studying around the clock. But he can ball. That's 7. So to hear that don't surprise me. That's a 7 vibe, right? That's 7. That does not surprise me at all. That is 7.
Is he bringing it up because Ben started talking about mechanics or something?
I never heard it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He said no. He said it in today's interview or yesterday's interview that. He was saying like some of the misses, he's like the arm strength. The arm strength is fine, but sometimes like my lower body.
Specifics. Yeah.
So maybe that's why he brought it up. But if anything, it's like, all right, if he's looking into this, everyone's talking about him having a like different off season this year, even like the last couple years. So maybe he's starting to look into that a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, because he was like, I got to be better, and they were like, well, in which ways can you be better? He was like, well, my technique level, can you specify? And he was like, well, my elbow on a couple of these throws, I let it sit. He was like, I let my elbow dip down, and that caused my accuracy to be a little off. So it was like little things like that, which is kind of cool to hear, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's on this now, like over these past couple seasons.
Hey, new Ben. I like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna check the tape and be like, "All right, I'll do this on this throw."
Sometimes
and that's
why I check the tape, man.
And that's why this Broncos game, dude. I'm telling you, I think this was. I don't want to say breaking point, but it's like, let's right this ship right here. Yeah, things are heading in the right direction. Yeah, we've had some of these growing pains. Let's get it right.
Absolutely.
I think that's what everyone's feeling too.
Absolutely. All right, we had DeLorean Waters. DeLorean Waters says, top podcast out here. Much love to y'all, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. Now, we appreciate you as well, baby, from the heart. Robert Rodriguez just came through, show a little love, support for the show. We appreciate you. Then we got the mushroom man himself, Bart Basquiato, using his 2-month free upper room member chat to drop 1, 2, 3.
I might be caught up on the chat.
6, 7, 8 mushroom emojis. I think I counted that right. And he says another type of in terms of when we were talking about going, if the Steelers goes to Super Bowl, how I'm gonna be out here no shirt on, stand up, going nuts. He's saying I'm gonna be on all those shrooms. It's gonna be a whole nother type of live if we go to the Super Bowl this year. I'm with you. Hey Bart, if we go Super Bowl, baby, you sending me them same shrooms and we gonna all party together. I'm throwing it out there. All right. I'm just going to
Shroom podcast.
It'd be a Shroom podcast.
That's our Super Bowl preview.
That'll be the Super Bowl preview. All right. If we, all right. That's all I'm saying, right? Yeah. I'm willing to go as far as everything except cutting off my eyebrow. You know what I mean? Like I won't do that because it's you
go bald.
I guess I don't mess with the hair. I ain't doing that. But I'm tell you about shroomy for that boy. Still some what this shit. All right, yeah. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Rich Rasmussen also coming through showing loves, and he says, guys got to step up because we're missing Tyson Alualu.
Yeah,
I would agree with that, man. Guys definitely got to be more consistent, man. That was one of the things with Tyson. Not only could he give you some, higher end playmaking ability in the run game, but he was also just super consistent. Like a guy that you always knew would be in his gap, get off the ball, hat and hand placement. Absolutely, man. That's my dude. Love Tyson, man. Love Tyson. All right, but we are all caught up. So now I'm going to read off a couple of these, or I'm going to do these upper rooms.
Okay.
Then after that, man, we'll talk about that last little thing, and then we're out of here, man.
Yeah.
Because we're back in here tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow Thursday.
Yeah. What, like we right around like 2 or 3 or something like that?
That's
middle of the day.
Right. Yeah, usually about that too. Because I got Steelers TV tomorrow.
Sure.
And that's going to dictate if it's 2:00 versus 2:40 versus 3:00.
I just randomly scrolled in the middle of this chat. Someone said created the skate. What? Switzer is the missing piece, Deke.
He's on a roster right now.
I don't know where the context is for that,
but he's somewhere right now, actually, man.
I just needed to say that.
He's signed somewhere. I don't know where he's at, but he's on somebody's roster right now. In fact, I'm going to read these upper rooms off. You search to see where Ryan Switzer is.
Oh, sure.
And I'm going to read these off.
I think it's the Browns, right? Unless he got cut by them and picked up somewhere else.
But anywho, here we go. We got Sam.
Yeah, he's on the Browns.
Oh, well, shout out to the Browns then.
Yeah. Is he on a practice?
I like how you got a picture of him flexing too with his shirt off.
I remember that. That was from last year, right?
I don't know. He's like a little brother. It's not a knock. I mean, it is. All right, I'm sorry. I still like him. He's a good guy. Think about him and his family as well.
I got nothing against him.
Yeah. He's not Cassius Marsh to you.
Oh man. I never really thought Switzer was the best player. I'll put it that way. But
your guy liked him, so you liked him, huh?
Yeah, I was good with him being on the roster.
He's your friend by default.
Yeah, whatever. It's like I was surprised that he wasn't on the roster last year. I really was.
It's kind of like, you're dating her, but that's her friend. And it's like, all right, so that makes you my friend then. I get you, man. It's all good, bro. It happens.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in terms of stats with the Browns right now, so I don't know if he's on the active.
Still in the practice squad right now.
Yeah, that's probably what it
Matthew Mockabee, man. Matthew Mockabee, man, is in here, man. He's dropping heat, man. We appreciate you, baby. Yes, we do. All right. So let me get these upper rooms in here real quick, man. All right. So we got Sam Fasamanu. Sam Fasamanu. First off, love the emoji. That's a dope profile pic. Yes, it is. But more importantly, Sam, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then we also have Ethan Chow. Ethan Chow, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And we can't forget about my man, James Gray. James Gray, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then we got Boxer 4. Boxer 4, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, sir. I like it. I like it. Eddie Hernandez, what's Gucci to you, player? Always good to see you in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Juan Rangel says upper room members get a Marsh versus Deke clip. So like that's incentive. If that fight ever happens, it's only for the upper room.
Listen, that will be exclusive content just for the upper room and upper room only. Blood finish too. First to draw blood wins. I like it. All right. So yeah, the last thing we were going to talk about, man, we've obviously hinted to that throughout the day or throughout the show because the information has already been leaking, man. But that's the Dallas Cowboys releasing Jalen Smith, and subsequently the Green Bay Packers have already moved in on Jalen Smith. They I don't think they have the deal completely finished, but I think they have something agreed upon already. So
I could double check that.
Yeah, double check that. Nick, wow, we see you showing love, man. We appreciate you. Says just showing love for the show. Major salute to you for that, baby. Yes.
Yeah, indeed. You're right. Finalizing deal. Ian Rappaport, who's kind of been on the money recently.
No, he has, because he was the one who brought up the trade for Gilmore after the initial reports was that he was getting released as well.
He had one a couple weeks ago too. I think he was before Schefter.
Yeah,
he might be.
He
might be trending up.
He's getting better right now.
The Packers are in fact the likely landing spot for former Cowboys Pro Bowl linebacker Jalen Smith. They're finalizing details.
And I know when we were in here, I saw it pop up on the TV. That's why I was like, oh, bam. And then it was funny because they are literally showing the Cowboys and Panthers game right now. Yeah. And Jalen Smith is out there starting, playing every snap. It's crazy. So, yeah.
It looks like for them, from what I heard at least, there's 3 linebackers they want to go with is Parsons, Neal, and then Van Der Esch. And then it's just not enough space for Jalen Smith. Like, he was the expendable guy for them.
Well, I know for me, I always like Leighton over Jalen. I think Leighton is the better player. For me, Jalen, even though he's healthy since the injury, I don't know. It just doesn't look the same to me, but like pre versus post. You know what I mean? Like, still that dude, he's still a really good player. Don't get it twisted. But for me, I just like Leighton's game more. Michael Parsons, I mean, he's a stud, bro. He could play stand up. He could put his hand in his dirt. Like, yeah, he's their guy. Yeah, but it was weird though, man. I was hoping that we could get our talk about Jalen if we should have him or not beforehand. But you know what?
You think that would have been a realistic thing?
No, I don't think we would have wanted him here though, personally.
Yeah, with Schobert and Bush.
Schobert and Bush, yeah.
If one of them got hurt, yeah, but
we wouldn't be signing him, man, because he's a dude that's gonna cost a little bit of money, man. Yeah, he's gonna cost some money because he is a starting linebacker in this league, man. But yeah, seeing the fact that he already got picked up, I was like, dang, man.
I mean, it's a good move for the Packers because that was one of the things we talked about last week. Their inside linebackers are definitely not a strength for them
outside
on defense.
Of Devondre, I didn't like their linebackers at all. But now you putting Devondre out there and you got Jalen Smith, that's more formidable right there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Probably wouldn't work
for Jalen. He stays on a contender too, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't know if is there too much else to this deal. I think that's why the Cowboys got rid of him, because if they would have kept him, he'd eventually be a big cap hit for them. They got to take the hit this year, but not next year.
Yep.
And he just wasn't going to play as much as probably a player of that stature like warrants. Like, he's going to play every snap for the Packers, whereas with the Cowboys, what's he getting, 20% maybe with
top? Yeah, right now
making those 3 guys the main guys. Yeah. Speaking of Van Der Esch, Parsons, and then Neal as he's coming back. So, and it probably just wouldn't be a good scenario to have him like on the roster with the Cowboys. Who knows what type of, I'm not saying crazy locker room issues. It's just like, you got to do that was like a bona fide starter, a Pro Bowler for you sitting on the bench. You know, why not at least let him get an opportunity somewhere else?
This is true. I wonder why they couldn't trade him though. But never mind, it's the contract though.
Probably.
Yeah, the contract. Yep.
Yeah,
he just signed his deal 2 years ago too.
Because he's gonna still get his money, so it's still good for him. He's gonna get his money. He's now signing with the Packers. He's gonna play every snap. Maybe try to get another deal this offseason then, like a multi-year deal with someone.
Yeah.
Prove that he's still good.
We'll see. It'll be interesting though. Maybe he'll come here.
Because I'm saying realistically, Schobert's on a 1-year deal.
Right. That's what his deal is right now.
Basically.
So we could do business with him now. I think his situation would be a lot different than Avery Williamson because he's been here the whole time. He's been the starter the whole time. Whereas with Avery, we know it was kind of, you're here, but you're not here. We're going to trade for you. Weird. Yeah. Then you're playing well. We're going to pull you, that whole situation. But with Joe, I do think it would be a better chance of him returning if he wanted to and he played like he's supposed to play, stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Trying to think, dude. I think that is it for that, man.
I think we got another super chat in here.
Oh, what's it looking like? What are it looking like? Oh no, I already got Nick Y. Yeah. I remember that Nick Y.
Yeah, just showing some love. Yeah. So shout out there, but that's about it.
Well, with that being said, man, it sounds like everybody is good. It sounds like we're all on one accord. Now, Rod Dollar, I did see you ask, man, and I'm not going to be on with Wes anytime this week. That's my Steelers show, right? Steel Nation Radio. Yes, I will be on there tomorrow and Friday. It was one of the weeks, man. We was all over the place, man. Had to get all that stuff situated. And obviously, like I said this morning, had to do a Steelers appearance, man. We was planting them gardens, man. Captain Planet type stuff. You know, shout out to my 90s babies out there. So, yeah, it was a vibe, though, man. It was a vibe. But with that being said, baby, we will holler at y'all tomorrow. All right? Not the same time, but definitely the same place. And until next time, baby.
Peace.